Against this right back, Charlie.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
You always use that active when defenders have been given like.
Are we live? Of course we're live. People deluded, I'm back again. First things first, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope you're doing well and safe, people. Again, as much as I love Arsenal Football Club, I'm a fan of the game, and it's Newcastle United up against Tottenham Tottenham Hotspurs. Again, for 90 minutes or until you lot concede, I'm a Geordie. I'm a proud Geordie, you know. Again, very disappointing to see Arsenal drop points. I'm probably going to do a video on it. I don't really want to focus about Arsenal, but you could argue a draw is as bad as a defeat when you're trying to fight Manchester City for a Premier League. Obviously, Kavanar, whatever his name is, had a big bearing on that match. But Arsenal is done in it. For Arsenal thoughts, get your opinions in, get your questions, get your predictions. We'll leave that to the side. It's Newcastle United against Spurs. Now, I actually think Tottenham Hotspur are going to win today. My prediction is Tottenham Hotspur 2, Newcastle United 1. But it doesn't matter if it's an evening fixture, if it's a nighttime fixture, if it's a daytime fixture. Nobody wants to travel to Newcastle. You know you're playing 12 players. You know Newcastle have a great 11, great manager in Eddie Howe, and the fans are some of the most passionate fans in the Premier League. In fact, I think to describe Premier League football to like, you know, just fans of other leagues or whatever, I think you should aspire to take a trip to Newcastle, people. So, yeah, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going Tottenham Hotspur 2, Newcastle 1, man. Come on, is that dunk on these pagans? Spurs are like Marmite, not quite an acquired taste for me, Toonami. Nathan, as you said there, come on the Toonami, and we hope the number 14 can do his thing. The number 14 shirt is free. We know we're not going to be able to sign anyone now because the window's closed. January signing Isaac is a dream. The hustle is sold separately. Hopefully, next summer we go for it, man. A man said, big up DG, aka Sunday League Cancelo. I big up yourself. I can't lie, I'm shameless. See me, that's getting screenshotted. Now people ask why I'm getting an ego. You lot are inventing a villain. Where is the screenshot thing? Okay, we've already saved that screenshot. I was preparing a video for you lot where Arsenal fans are concerned. I'm always working around the clock, people. So yeah, appreciative to you lot support. You're gassing me. Kickoff is 6 minutes away. In terms of in fact, before any of that, I'm saying it from now. Our FPL league, if you're not part of it, join it, people. Out of like 400 of you, I think I'm fourth or third or second, you know. I can't lie to you. I think I'm winning the league. But in relation to this game, big up the cricket that's on Sky at the moment as well. But Newcastle have won 3 of their last 4 Premier League meetings, with Spurs losing 1, as many in their previous 13, where they lost 8 and drew 2. 3 of their last 5 league victories against Spurs have been at least by a 4-goal margin. Now, I know when you look at Postecoglou and the high line and how Spurs play, I don't expect to see that change. But logically, if you're him, you want to make sure that A, you put in a good performance for the fans around the world for Spurs and those who have traveled up north to watch this, and B, you know, you don't play with fire and get burnt. Spurs have lost their last 2 Premier League away games against Newcastle by an aggregate score of 10-1. Now, footballers are prideful people. You don't want to go like that. Bro, Tonali, big up Newcastle. I genuinely thought until it zoomed out, I genuinely thought this was an Italian game. Shout out to the Newcastle faithful. That was quite the poster for Tonali, who's obviously back from his suspension. Apparently, Newcastle versus Spurs is the most played fixture in Premier League history to never finish 0-0. I don't agree with betting, but if you're a betting person, there's goals to be had here, people. In a bit like, actually, in hindsight, when you look at the statistics, probably should have betted on Arsenal Brighton to be a draw in terms of that. I think 2 of our draws last season, the referee, apologies, Chris Calvin was the guy. Newcastle have scored at least once in each of their last 20 Premier League home games, scoring with their only attempt on target in their last such match against Southampton. Having won 4 of their first 6 Premier League away games last season, drawing 2, Spurs have now won just 3 of their last 14 on the road. And I think Spurs, we don't know what's going to happen here, but they drew with Leicester. They beat Everton. It'd be lovely for them to have a defeat. And the funny thing is, if they win today, they're on the same points as Arsenal. And this is why I think for all Premier League clubs, you can't really draw conclusions 3 games into a Premier League season. We were rubbish against Brighton. I don't think we was rubbish, but I think obviously the referee, big talking point. You can't get away with it. Like, he changed the trajectory of the game. For me, Brighton only really came into the game when it was 10 against 12, including the referee. But for Arsenal Football Club, I would say obviously, we defended well because we didn't lose. If you can't win, don't lose, in my opinion. So that helped us in a big way. But for one of the best defensive sides, one of the best structured defensive sides, I think we looked a bit nervous. And being at the game, I was in the press conference box and I saw Arteta's press conference with my own eyes. I think we was a bit nervous. I think David Raya has been great in all 3 games. And I think he was the only one that truly knew what was required. I think in the first half, we should have killed the game. In life, like football, if you don't kill the game, it will kill you. Obviously, I'm not saying we should have got 3-4, but one does wonder if we put the ball in the back of the net and put the game to bed, we would have got the 3 points and been bitching about the referee, and that's where it stops. The second half, we still had opportunities to score as well. So I think there are things we could have done better. I think Saliba and in particular Gabriel, they did very poor on the goal conceded. And there, when I bring out the tactical analysis of that, there was other things, but obviously the ref played a big part. But we need to focus on what we can control. We can't control the ref. And again, with all the money in the game and all of these things, referees shouldn't always be the talking point, but they are. So yeah, we could have controlled what we needed to control, in my humble opinion. And we failed, simply put, we failed to do that, Arsenal fans. Like, we genuinely failed to do that. So there can't really be any complaints, man. And I hate to be that guy, but I don't quite agree with what I'm about to say in terms of these decisions even out across the season, but we have to be honest. We get done dirty by referees all the time, but we were quite lucky that Odegaard wasn't given a penalty against him at Anfield last year. So that's where Arsenal's concerned. Focusing on this game, Newcastle United against Spurs, it's a great way to kick things off. Chelsea's probably going to be a great game. That isn't on TV as well, people. But they got quality, man. Gordon, apparently Arsenal were trying to get him in the summer. In hindsight, you've seen the rumors. Barnes is a player. If you're Spurs, Barnes is gonna be on it. Gordon's gonna be on it. Isaac is quality. Gemares is quality. Joe Linton is on this. Livramento in the England squad now. Bit between his teeth. Now, obviously, Spurs probably have a bit of knocks. Van der Ven isn't starting. You've got Dragusin playing in his 10th appearance in the Premier League. This is actually his 5th start and his first appearance of the season. Basuma looks like, he got a bit of a disciplinary hearing from Postecoglou and he came back against Everton in fantastic fashion. Madison's a quality player, as is Kulusevski. They've got their new signing, Odobert. I believe they signed him from Burnley. Don't know too much about him. Sarr's in the mix. And Doggy, in my opinion, is one of the best left backs in the league. So yeah, I'm sure he would want to show his quality. Again, unfortunately, I've gone 2-1 Spurs. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Newcastle do what they did last season. And I hope they absolutely smash these lot. If I'm honest, it'd be amazing to see Man United lose today or draw. And it'd be amazing to see Spurs obviously drop points, man. So yeah, why are we wasting time at the Emirates? I hear it, because we could have went for the win. But, if you can't win, don't lose, if I'm completely honest with you. And in terms of game management, obviously the whole team played a part going back to Arsenal. Being at the game, I'll be honest, only David Raya looked like he fully understood what he needs to do. I think he got booked as well. Everyone else looked a bit unsure. Even Saka. I don't think Saka was terrible. Definitely should have had a goal. He got an assist. Defo could have bagged. Havertz defo could have bagged. But again, I guess, you look at our team, boy, this is why you probably need greater attacking options. Obviously, Raheem Sterling was at the game. He is no part. Newcastle will kick off today, people. And it does leave a sour taste in your mouth because obviously the international break is coming. And of course, as you lot know, it's North London derby settings. And our squad isn't the biggest. We've got, I believe, Spurs, the Champions League. And then you've got Manchester City. So it's getting real very quick for Arsenal fans, people. The game's kicked off here. Livramento has gone out of play. Surely that's a Spurs throw. Oh. I thought that came off the Newcastle lad. I think it's been given in Livramento's favour. Son's a nice guy, innit? after City were back to the standards. I blame Arteta slightly. As soon as Rice got the red, I thought Calafiori needed to come on for the Rob Holding role to stink the game out. He waited for the sub, and the hole got Rice left exposed. You're right. You're right. Because I was calling for that at the game. As in, being at the game, we all was calling for that, and it only happened after. And I know when we brought on Zinchenko, we didn't really know what we're doing. Gomares is judged to have been fouled by Kulusevski. You are right, and that's actually a great point. That when I do my extended review of the game, I don't want to miss really and truly. Arteta too long. Calafiori, and to be fair, Calafiori's cameo was decent. Like being at the game, he had a couple of very cute touches. We needed Tomiyasu. I'm not gonna lie. Like obviously, Calafiori did his thing, but I was at the game and thinking, yo, he'd be great. Isaac could be in here. One touch too many. He's still got it. This guy's a baller, man. Edu, start the transfer stuff from now. Get me Gomares and Isaac and Gordon. I know I'm gene chasing. It's not FIFA. Spurs have cleared their lines. Bruno Gomares. These are the sort of man you need at the carpet, man. These kind of dons, man, are the ones that we need. I think Gomares versus Maddison is the key battle today. Isaac versus Romero as well. Naturally, that's going to be where you're looking at it. But I'm not going to lie. I always look at wide areas. Because really and truly, every Premier League game is quite congested in this day and age. Son Heung-min cutting in off this left-hand side. Fine, Sarr. Sarr's touch weren't the best. He can't fashion a shot. He palms it onto the left-hand side. Right-hand side. I don't know my lefts and rights. It's here with Basuma. Destiny and Doggy. James Maddison, who Newcastle tried to buy before he signed for Spurs. I want Palace to beat Chelsea. I'd love that. What position is Sterling? I forgot. I mean, I would say Sterling's a left winger, but left wing, just an inside forward, isn't it? Left wing, right wing, could play in the 10. Don't really want to see that, but he can. And obviously can play as a false 9. Spurs could be in here. Bit of confusion with the Newcastle's defenders. Fortunately, Livramento has his head switched on. And yeah, he's gone back to Nick Pope. Joe Linton, I just remembered. I haven't put this on my Instagram and Snapchat, people. So yeah, let me make sure everybody knows where to find us. Newcastle could be in here. And that's where it may be cursed to the commentator because they're not. Vicario finds Bissouma. I mean, it's only 2.5 minutes into the game, but the tempo's quite decent. Never a free kick. Destiny and Doggy looking for that. And to be fair, he did well to buy that. Very well to buy that. Let's put this on the socials. I mean, Son Heung-min deserves to be captain, yeah, but he's such a nice guy. Like, he's ridiculously a nice guy. Like, can he be a captain? Okay, that's that on the Instagram. Make sure you're following the Ludigoon on Instagram and on the Snappy Chat. Romero. I think he's a good player, but incredibly overrated. I don't buy this whole top 5 centre-back in the Prem. I think Saliba's better than you. I think Gabriel's better than you. I think Diaz is better than you. But to be fair, you might be, in fact, you know, if I really sat there. Van Dijk's there as well. I think Van der Ven's better than him, if I'm honest. I'd have Romero at Arsenal in the squad, though. I like the fact that he's on dying to defend and all of that, but I've never seen someone rated for just fouling, really. What's your score prediction against City? I mean, that's a couple of weeks in front, but I hope we can sneak a win because we've dropped 2 points. As I said, it probably is a point game, 10 men and all of that stuff. But considering the chances we had in either half, considering the fact that we took the lead, could you argue it's 2 points dropped? Joe Linton. Newcastle have done very well to progress play here. Bruno Gomares, there's a bit of defending. Dragusin in the foot race. I thought he did well. Surely, if he won the ball, that's a fantastic tackle. I think he did. Man like Vujic, that's a very good tackle from him. And that's what you want to do if you're Newcastle. Try and exploit the high line. He did. That's a very good tackle by the Spurs lad. You mistimed that, and I don't know what the rest thinking. Harvey Barnes is in. It's a very good tackle by the defender, making his first appearance of the season. Newcastle have shown they'll try to exploit this high line. Is Botman injured for Newcastle? DG bad boy centre back. I think he is. Didn't he get injured early in the campaign? We can look though. I can look because admittedly I don't know. Corner kick to Newcastle. That's a good corner. Vicario's flying all over. Fortunately for Spurs, Newcastle haven't done anything. Haven't seen much from Spurs in an attacking sense. Son Heung-min's lost the ball in a very dangerous area. Isaac tries to float it. Oh, he's kissed the inside of the post. I don't know if he's tried to cross or go for goal. Joe Linton, I don't know what you're doing, but you've passed to a blue shirt. But this is what you're going to get playing Newcastle. It's going to be a dogfight out there. They're going to be on you. They're going to fight for every pass. They're going to play off the energy levels of the fans. So far, there is nothing really to comment, but it's been more Newcastle on the ball. And they've defo been in Spurs' defensive area more than the other way around. Joe Linton, bro, this guy is strong, in it. I think that's a cheap foul to give away against Pedro Porro, but it is one nonetheless. Botman's not on the bench. On the bench for Newcastle, you've got Debradkar, Trippier, who could be going to Turkey, apparently. Matt Targett, William Osula, who they bought from Sheffield United, I believe. Tonali is back. Jacob Murphy, Lewis Hall, Almiron, and Alex Murphy. Alex Murphy? Have they got both the Murphy boys there? Oh, no, this is some young G. Fair enough. And on the bench for Spurs, not quite sure what's going on there. What's going on there? Why is they not showing me the bench again? Oh, there we go. Archie Gray, Lucas Bergval, Timo Werner, Fraser Foster, Brendan Johnson, Jed Spence, Ben Takor, Ben Davies, and Alfie Devine. I thought Alfie Devine would go on loan, but yeah, man. Not related to this game, but I don't know, DG. I see Arteta walking away eventually because of the upper management. I mean, boy, yeah, I hear it, but you know, and I'm sure Arteta will be highly sought after. But let's be honest, like he's afforded a lot of luxuries at Arsenal Football Club you might not get at other places. I'm sure City will have you. I'm sure you was probably groomed to be Pep Guardiola's next in line. And at the end of the day, like you asked to work in this remit, and as much as we can get at the cronkies, I'm actually in the process of doing a video. I have to ask: have we maximized our resources? Have we spent correctly? Have we addressed all areas? No, we haven't. There's always, it's easy for me to say as a fan, but like there's always a way. If you've got 65 million for Kai Havertz, who's been a good signing, you can make things happen. If you've got all this money for centre backs and goalies and whatnot, you can make things happen. Could you argue overpaid for Ramsdale in hindsight because you sold him at a deficit? I don't know. Isaac, wow, man, get this guy at our club next summer, target number 1. I hear it, man, but it's always next summer with us, man. Everything is next summer, war chest next summer. We're doing this next summer. We're doing that next summer. Isaac versus Dragusin. Spurs clear their lines. And to be honest, against Newcastle, this is one of them games. You're going to have to take a lot of punches. Son Heung-min. Spurs really struggling to hold on to the ball. Better ball from Longstaff and Isaac's on his bike. Basuma on the ball at this moment in time. Or he's set Kulusevski. You probably want Son Heung-min to be the one running in behind there. And between Dan Burn and Nick Pope, they've dealt with it. Gordon, can he pluck that out of the sky? That's a very good touch by Gordon. Is his decision-making spot on? He's found Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, end-to-end stuff. Harvey Barnes goes for goal. Oh! I thought he scored. Big chance. Within this 8 minutes, how many times have you seen against the run of play Newcastle United on their bike? Isaac's cross comes shot, kiss the post. Harvey Barnes, it's a good effort. I thought it went in. If I'm harsh, I think Harvey Barnes could do better there because he has scored that kind of finish before. He's wrapped it. Not enough bend on it. And to be fair, the replays make it look a lot worse than it looked in real time. Big chance. But this is the problem with Spurs. They will give you a lot of chances, but they can also take their own. James Maddison. Spurs really struggling to get out their own half early doors. Maddison's done very well there, but he needs options. He's done well to find Basuma. Basuma, fairly press resistance, also done well. He needs to give it back to Maddison. Gives it back to Maddison. Maddison needs to turn and bring someone else in. And I can't lie, I should be a coach, man. I'm wavy. See, everything you're seeing is what's happening. So, it's on this right-hand side. Apologies. Maddison. They need to bring Son Heung-min. First bit of possession, really, from Spurs. Probably about 10 passes. It's here with Destiny and Doggy, wearing number 13 and a fullback. I know I ain't got time for Spurs players or the club. But yeah, man. I got a soft spot for fullbacks. I did a video on him in like 2018, 2019. I wanted to do at the carpet. Dragusin. Come on, Newcastle, man. Their centre-back's got a ponytail. You need to get at them. Well, go on. Will probs lose to Spurs? I rebuke it. But, wait. It will be a dark place. And I don't want to be that guy, but I do think people assume success or Spurs could be in it. Surely Kulusevski's offside. Yeah, he is. Poor from Kulusevski there. Success or trajectory is not linear. And the way we're moving, I think there's going to be a bit of a stagnation. That could mean winning the league, but still not looking better. That could mean finishing second again. That could mean third. What I know is we need to get our act together. And for me, I genuinely think Arsenal have self-inflicting issues. We could have had that bad boy striker and still not scored yesterday. But when I see the issues in midfield and how nervous we feel now with Declan Rice being out with suspension and obviously Merino's injury, have we addressed all areas? I hear it coming into this summer. I did feel this would be the season we'd get a striker / Saka back up. Technically with Sterling, I've been proven right, but I doubt he's a long-term solution. He's not, because we ain't bought him permanently. And even Edu said in the on Arsenal.com, he's like, Sterling weren't our first choice, which again, you have to make things happen. You have to find contingency plans. But this tells me the summer has not gone to plan. I don't think the summer's fully gone to plan for everyone. I don't think everybody will be 100% happy, but we ain't. Spurs have taken their corner kick. Apologies quickly. It's a good delivery and it's 1-0. It's 1-0. Is it offside? I don't. Has the offside flag been given? Yeah, the offside flag went up early, but that's something for Newcastle to think about. That was actually a very good header from Romero and a very good set piece routine. I don't think he's offside. Yeah, he is. It doesn't matter what I think. He is offside. You can probably see from Madison's reaction. But that does give Newcastle something to think about. And football's a weird game. You know, the team that has a million chances, sometimes the other team gets one chance and you're done for. My prediction was 2-1 Spurs. I hope to God I'm wrong. Spurs look like they're growing in a bit of confidence now after a tricky, tough start. 11 odd minutes into the game, a free kick has been given away against Spurs. I believe that is Lloyd Kelly on the floor. Why for that? Why are you standing over him like that? Why for that? That's a crazy way to stand over Duns. Crazy. Nick Pope, we've got to put some questions on that goalkeeper. To be fair, it's one of them, like, yeah, but it's happened so fast. Why weren't you here for Arsenal versus Brighton watch along? Is that the game, man? Press box settings. Should have got Charles Watts. Now I saw Charles Watts. I saw Stuart Pearce. Big up Tom. Big up Harry. You know, follow their YouTube channel. Saw them. Saw Art DeRoche. Saw Frimmy. Saw that woman. The one that does all the what do you call it again, man? Like the pre-game stuff when they're talking with the former ballers and that, typically on TNT. Harvey Barnes on this left-hand side. Joe Linton, that's a... I don't think that's a good knock. Offside flag's gone up anyways. Player form right now is awful. Fitness is low. We are just have poor balance. Partey in the team were defensively worse. Rice is not at 8, just poor balance. I actually think Partey in the last 2 games been our best centre mid. I actually think Partey was good yesterday. Off the ball, there's things we could have done better. But yeah, I think Rice doesn't look fully fit. It's not an excuse, but I think he don't look fully fit. I think we know Odegaard takes a while to get into the groove of things. But if I'm harsh, captain, you've had 2 clear-cut chances. To be fair, yesterday weren't really clear-cut, but you've got the ability to have got 2 in 2 in the last 2 games. You know, I think there's a bit of voodoo with Odegaard and scoring at Villa's place. But yeah, Son Heung-min down this left-hand side. I think David Raya is the only player I can't ask more from currently, if I'm completely honest with you. And again, if that's the goalie, if I'm saying this about the goalie, there's issues. I guess, you know, after him, I might even probably say Kai Havertz. I think against Villa, there was no service. I think he was one of the better players yesterday. He should have scored more than the one you got, but I have to judge Kai on what he is, and he did put the ball in the back of the net. Nick Pope's collected. I think Raya's been our best player 3 games in. Tells you everything. I think Timber looks a bit rusty in certain stages, but he's done all right. I think Saliba's been Saliba, but I think him and Gabriel need to cut the levels. I think Benjamin White started the game yesterday very well, and then he found it tough against Mitoma. So, yeah, you are right. It's a mixture of things. And, you know, the most positive thing is I don't think there's a single manager in the Prem that will say their team's operating at the optimum. But is it whether it's a point gained or a point dropped or 2 points dropped yesterday? I don't know. But that's 2 minus points. Fighting City, where, ironically, in May, how many points did we finish off them? 2, right? I know we can't win them all. But, yeah. Oh, Romero, man, you don't bust your hamstring. Some acrobatics there. Saka and Havertz have been top form so far, but I definitely agree on Raya being another level. I don't think Saka's been top form. I think he's been good. I don't think Saka's been top form. I think Havertz has been okay. If I had to give a rating, I think Havertz has been a B. I think Saka, for his own standards, has been a C. Corner kick to Newcastle. There's a scramble. Vicario's at 6s and 7s. So, boy, is that another corner? It's another corner for Newcastle United. But yeah, I think Havertz, I'll give him a B. I think Saka for your own standards, I'll give you a C. Raya A star. Can't ask anything more of you. You know, the one goal no, that's a lie. We've conceded more than one. We've conceded 2 this year, this season, this already, right? No, we ain't. We didn't concede against Villa, did we? No, we didn't. We didn't. Somehow we got a clean sheet. Yeah, the one goal we conceded, I don't think Raya's to blame. A star for Raya. C for Saliba. C bordering on D for Gabriel. I think you've had 2 nonchalant mistakes now. I think he was poor for the goal. I think Saliba was as well, if I'm honest with you, yesterday. Benjamin White, C. Timber, C. Declan Rice for your own standards, probably a D. Pause. Odegaard, D. Expect a lot better. Even Arteta, man. Like, you could have made the subs earlier. Another corner to Newcastle, it sailed over. Another nice AFTV interview. Big up you. I knew I had to. You know what? I was waiting for time. I thought I have to get this one in, man. It was a long day yesterday, man. I got to the Emirates because obviously the press box, I think you can get in there. We kicked off at 12:30. I think it was open from 10. Got there about 10:30. They look after you though. Coffee, breakfast, halftime refreshments and that. Had a chicken and mushroom pie. Breakfast was lit. They even had a vegan option, which I took because I wasn't, there was no way in hell I was going to do the pork and that. For some reason, the ref has stopped the game. I'm not sure. He's talking to Vicario. He's taking the ball. What's going on? Is VAR getting involved for something? I don't know. But yeah, it was a long day. Done all of that. Obviously, watched the press conference. I'm so angry with the press officer at Arsenal, I was imagine, well, you lot can't see, but imagine Arteta, I'm here. Arteta's there, bro. Like, Arteta, he's there. They're like, anyone got a question? Put your hand up. Whoa, man's doing all of this. He aired, man. But you can't win it all, man. I'm disappointed because that was what I see. I don't know about anyone else, but when I get opportunities, I set out to do something with a goal. That was my goal, to get that. But, it was a good experience, man, for first little bit being in the press conference side of things or the press room side of things. It was quite good, man. Did that. Thought, you know what? Let me do the AFTV interview. Did that. Did the reaction video today, and YouTube zanged me because I went on YouTube today and I was thinking, why has it got no views? Because it's not been out. It was meant to be released yesterday. It weren't released. So yeah, go and check that out. So yeah, man, getting it done, man. I'm not, again, you lot are listening with commentary. What are they stopping the game for? I'm a bit unclear as to why the game stopped, people. Looks like it's raining in Newcastle. It's like being in 2 different countries. It's bright and sunny here in my part of London. Or is the ref done? Honestly, people, I don't know why the game stopped. I mean, one of the officials is pointing to his fire or something. Is he done out here? Blood, this is banter, man. Refs always want to make it about themselves. Linesmen always want to make it about themselves. Chicken and mushroom pie. When in Rome, mate, like the Romans, it was lit, man. Potential lightning. Linesman is pulled. Without Saka, we don't beat Villa. Yesterday was pretty meaty by his standards, and obviously the Wolves game, he was great, racking up the GA assists. You're right. Like, Saka's doing Saka things. I'll just be lying to you if I feel Saka is playing 10 out of 10. Like, Saka's doing what he should be doing. Yesterday, I think he was so. I think Saka started the game very well against is it Hazelwood or whatever, to the point where I'm sitting next to the person and we're all saying, like, yo, this left back for Brighton, he might have to get hooked at half time because he's getting killed. Like, we started well, which I don't think was there against Villa. I think there was intention, there was invention, there was, impetus on how he was playing. Large period of that first half, they were in their half. And then obviously, for me being at the game, because I went toilet before the second half, I've come out and we've had I think 30 seconds into the second half, we've had a half chance. We've had something. Then that Rice thing has happened and then it's gone left. And it was like watching 2 different teams. Like, the only time for me, Brighton looked like, to be fair, in the first half, I think they were growing in stages and we was allowing them to grow. But I think at best, it was 70-30 us, 60-40 them. We had about 5 shots or so on target. Was doing what needed to be done. The game has still stopped people. It seems, I don't know what's going on, but I'll let you know when it starts. And then, yeah, life just came at us very quickly in that second half. Very quickly. João Pedro obviously bagged. He's very good off the ball. Watching him, he's very good off the ball. I do think we need to find certain new solutions, because I think on occasion we was playing well, but I think the way Brighton set up, we weren't really able to penetrate central areas. And they had is it Balemba or whatever? He was dropping deep kind of onto Odegaard. I think there was a lot of space between Dunk and the centre backs. Even on that Dunk could have got hooked. Dunk was bleeding out there to the point where he shot. In Sunday League when people are shouting at other people, but it's them getting ripped. That was him. Players restarted. Basuma's been dispossessed. And even that, watching the game, or thinking back in hindsight, the ref was always going to make it about him, because it was the minor decisions. Like the ref would, from early, like there was even an incident. It came off our defender Gabriel. He gave a goal kick when it should be a corner. I need to look at it again, but if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure there was a handball shout from Lewis Dunk. Obviously, we had the Declan Rice thing and the inconsistencies with João Pedro. Yeah, man, the ref was just smoking budge, man. The game yesterday made my stress level so high I needed a spliff. That's so English, only beaten by steak and kidney pie. Oh man, not every day saltfish fritters and that, man. It was decent though. What else did they have? They had like little pastries and that as well. It was quite a good day. Shout out to Beacons for inviting me. Basuma, he's a baller, man. Well, not on that. We can't deal with mid blocks, and the team playing with 10s 2 seasons, and Arteta still hasn't worked out how to beat a mid block. It's poor coaching. Bit harsh. I think we can beat mid blocks, but yeah, I don't think we can do it on a consistent basis. I just honestly, I'll be real. Even that, like Arteta could have done better with his coaching yesterday. I just think we need better players, man. And that's no slight on the players we have. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it just feels like we've drawn enough blood from a stone as we potentially can. Spurs have grown into this game, which if you're Newcastle, should do better. And they've put in a great passage of plays on this right-hand side with their new signing. Pardon me. He's gone for goal. That's terrible. You know what? You're better than Brendan Johnson, though. Don't get me wrong, we could have played better in some points, but the ref had main character syndrome and literally everything went Brighton's way. I do agree, because there was a lot of things, even to the point where us fans, there was one Odegaard foul that was given for Odegaard, and we was like, hey. But there's been many times that as you said there, like there's other, like two truths can live in the same realm. There's been times, maybe not as extreme, but refs have done some BS against my football club. We've won about 2-3-1 and we keep it moving. And I genuinely feel, yeah, the ref made it about himself. You can't not say that game, the biggest talking point and the biggest changing of how that game went was the ref. But if I park the ref conversation for a second, do I think we played to our standards? Do I think we did everything we could win to win? Do I think we could have, even at 10 men, nicked it? Right. It's happened now, isn't it? 7 points from 9 games. It could have been 9 out of 9. But we just have to keep it moving. The only thing for me is, obviously, we've got about 30 odd games left, but the only issue for me is a draw is like a loss when fighting City. And I just wonder, when I look back in May at our points tally, is that one in the same vein I looked at? It's very different, but Fulham at home last season. As good as we were last season, we had some silly draws. The draws were very silly. The Spurs at the Emirates, Fulham at the Emirates, Chelsea away. What I would say, Arteta and Eddie, you made your bed lying in it. Kulusevski. Spurs are going into this game, man. Poor from Kulusevski. He's got another try. It's ricocheted off a Newcastle lad. Son Heung-min. He's laid it to Sarr. Sarr's drawn a good save. Straight down the middle. He's drawn a good save from Pope. And that will be a corner. The tide is kind of turning now. After an electric start from Newcastle, Spurs, in my opinion, are taking control of this. And to be honest, maybe Nick Pope made that save look more dramatic than it needed to be. Another short corner routine. This time it hasn't quite worked out. Spurs still have the ball. DG, what do you eat cereal with? I don't like cereal with anything. Eat it like it's crisp. I just feel when we conceded, playing pragmatically and holding out for a point is the wrong move. City throw themselves for a win no matter what the situation, and we got to start taking risks. I hear that though, but you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Obviously, if you're gonna, and that is something. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, obviously, clearly, we put in a shift. We didn't lose, considering the context is. But I must admit, being at the game, it didn't look like whether we knew whether to stick or twist. Everyone apart from David Raya, like sometimes we're going for it, and for a large period of being down to 10 men, we looked very nervous. Like Arteta was losing it on the sideline. He was even losing it at Declan Rice, like. And he sounded quite pissy, pardon my language, in the press conference. But when I saw it, he done that. So I mean, it is the letter of the law. The ref needs to be have a bit of common sense. But yeah, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If we go for it and we lose, people are gonna say we're naive. If we play like how we played, then obviously we're discussing those talking points. It just didn't look like whether we needed to knew whether to stick or twist. If I had to criticize Arteta, as somebody said earlier, I think the Calafiori sub needed to happen a lot quicker before it did. I just don't think we individually and collectively, apart from David Raya, played well for 90 minutes. I'll be honest. I think Timber looked all right, and then he looked rusty in certain aspects. Not, he's still a good player, but I've got to be honest. Like, Spurs could be in here. Oh, someone got done dirty. Someone got sat on their ass. I think it was Kelly. It's still here with Son Heung-min. Needs some blue shirts to support him. Son Heung-min squares it. Kulusevski. Someone's got to go for the shot. Sarr again. Nick Pope is doing the camera thing. Maybe I'm being harsh, but he's doing the camera thing. It is wet. The ball is wet. You can't really go for grip. Why? Could he catch that? I can't tell a goalkeeper in the Premier League or any goalkeeper anything, but could he? Let me see that again. Could he have caught that? Ultimately, he's made the right decision, but yeah, a tad dramatic. Another corner for Spurs. It feels like they've had a million. Newcastle started well. They're going back into their shell, and it's about to be 1-0. I lied. I genuinely thought Spurs were going to score there. Son Heung-min. Problem with Son is what they do with Saka. These kind of players, if you get the ball, there's a million Magpie shirts next to you. Oh, he's not made Kelly. Kelly's done there, and he's giving away a free kick. Probably going to get booked. Kelly's struggling in this moment now. That is a yellow card. Got nutmeg. Didn't want to get embarrassed. Conceded the foul. Close your legs. I think if Son really wanted to, he could have stayed on his feet. But yeah. Kelly, you're going to have a big talking point. You're looking a bit shaky in this last couple of moments. If I'm completely honest with you, Kelly's having a bit of a tough day. Who scored for Chelsea? I'm not sure, but what we can do is look. I bet it was Pedro now. Just because I'm only saying that because someone told me to put him in my FPL team. I got 59 points. I'm doing my thing in this FPL stuff. Maddison to take this free kick, folks. James Maddison delivers a good one. It's a good one. It's headed out. Chelsea are winning a goal to 0. Who bagged? Cole Palmer got the assist. Nicholas Jackson in the 25th minute. Pedro Porro's fired over here. I knew I should have found a way to get Cole Palmer in my team. Let me see the results yesterday. Did Smith Rowe at least get an assist or something yesterday for Fulham? 1-1 with Ipswich. Yeah, brother. Villa 1. I swear I got Luka Dean. Bournemouth 1-3-2 against Everton. I've been out the loop where other football's concerned. Well, if you got Sinisterra, you're laughing, man. What's that? That's 3 L's in a row for Everton, right? Hey, they're struggling. Damn. And you got Villa next. Sean Dyche might get sacked, but then again, he's the guy to help you stay in the division. Gordon trying to get on the ball. Spurs have crowded him out. Destiny and Doggy, we've got just over 15 minutes of this first half left. You'd imagine there's a sizable amount of added on time. And Doggy, Basuma. You know what? Hot shout, Spurs to take the lead for the end of the half. Shout out Graham. Goal Jackson, assist Palmer. Robertson got the assist for Fulham yesterday, so at least that came clutch. I'm sure I've got Robertson in my FPL team. Let me confirm that. I'm sure I got you. But you only got 4 points. Wait, what? Carrying on with this game. Isaac peeling off to this left-hand side. Oh, he's overran it. They still got it. What do I know? He's got them gangly legs. We need you at the Emirates, man. He's got gangly legs. Man. Isaac is a baller, man. Give them what they want, man. Give them what they want, man. 100 million settings, it will pay off. Isaac, Kai Havertz, Stacker, Gabriel Jesus, whatever else we've got, it could be lit. Everton are taking a one-way coach trip to the Championship. They've never been relegated. They're flirting with it. The good thing is you've got 30-plus games to turn it around, but 3 L's from 3 is not good. And obviously, it can't be nice going into training when you've got 3 L's on the spin. Anthony Gordon to take this corner. Spurs look weak from set pieces. Gordon, that's a decent delivery. Vicario's done very well to rise up. Longstaff, poor from him. He's been the one Newcastle lad not really with it today, if I'm honest. He's giving it away cheaply. Kulusevski, not a lot of shirts supporting him at this moment in time. You can see him looking up, begging for options. Kulusevski's done very well to hold the ball up. Can he pick out a man? He's done well to earn a corner. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Let's lean back a bit. Oof. Chelsea seemingly turning around their dumpster fire is kind of peeing me off. I said it. I think Chelsea can... Their project can turn around very quickly if they get their act together and just have something. And it seems like they are. And to be honest, Jadon Sancho, Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, João Felix, and Nkunku, bro, and the list goes on. They've got some very good options. Oh, this is a good set piece from Spurs. That's a very good set piece. I'm not going to lie. And it's been blocked by a magpie shirt. Pedro Porro's had 2 bites of the cherry and not got much change out. Longstaff's done well. Not going to lie. Spurs' set pieces, these short ones, they're quite good. That was a very good set piece routine. I rock with that. That was a good set piece. Son's ran to the near post. Then he set it. Well, he's got it from Madison. He set it. Pedro Porro's shot's been blocked. That was a good set piece routine. That was a very good set piece routine. Chelsea have quality players now. I know people didn't want to hear it. They had quality players last year. Obviously, Mudryk's still there, and Madueke's doing his thing. Madueke's mentality is twice that of Mudryk's. If Mudryk had Madueke's outlook, he'd be doing good. Unfortunately, he's not. Nick Pope. Oh, you kind of putting your teammates under pressure there. They've done well. Livramento does well. Longstaff, got to get your team out of there. It's hooked clear by Newcastle. Gordon, Isaac can't keep it under. Is that still on? No. Spurs are throwing on this left-hand side. Genuinely not looking forward to the Spurs game. There's still hope in me for the North London derby, but I can't lie, bro. That City game is looking bleak. Both of them are looking bleak because you've only got Jorginho and Partey and Odegaard. If anything happens in midfield, what are we doing? And I think it was interesting. I know I'm not making this up. It felt like Benjamin White was playing in midfield at one point when we was down to 10 men. You've got 3 games in quick succession. You've got Spurs, Champions League, and then obviously that. And I've only got sympathy for the fans, kind of the players as well. I don't have any sympathies for Edu and Mikel Arteta, if I'm completely honest with you. Because this is your squad. If I praise you for how you built this thing, I have to get on to you. We're short already. We're being tested already. You've got Merino out. Declan Rice out for a game. Tomiyasu and Jesus. We know they don't think anyone's shot that they get injuries. You're hoping to God Thomas Partey can stay fit. Boy. Oh, that's a sick. Was that a high challenge from Saul? He could be in trouble here. Oh, I don't know. It depends. Did he get booked? Rightly so, to be fair. I like Saul. Still 0-0 where this was concerned, though, folks. Kelly's in the wars, man. Mudryk, every day I thank the Lord for Trossard. He looks short of confidence. He does. And with Mudryk, I'm not going to lie, you're going to need to get with it because I do think the manager's putting faith in you. I do think all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, Chelsea are probably beginning to think about loans and cutting their losses. They haven't got time for that. They're trying to, I guess the immediate minimum is try to get Champions League football and take it from there. They haven't got time to bet on you. And you've got Madueke, who dropped a hat-trick. You've got Neto brought in. Sancho will be available. And there's a whole bunch of other options. Felix can play everywhere. They haven't got time for you. to the point where, as we know in football, like I think Mudrik's got ability. I don't know why he's in this mess. I think he's got ability, but you're in that scenario where Mudrik, you don't know what you're getting from 10 games. Madueke might, like, obviously he can play better, but he might give you 6 out of 10 for 10 games. Managers rather bet on that. You know what you're getting. And it's not like Mudrik is a new signing. It's your first 6 months. You've been here for a minute. Vicario, I'm not sure who he tried to play it to. Livramento nicks it. Livramento's looking for that free kick and he got it. I don't want any excuses. Arteta and Eddie made their bed, so let them lie in it. There you have it. You from East? Social joins. If I assume that's a reference to supporting if Arsenal was in the team. DJ, if Arsenal didn't exist, which team would you support? I'd probably support Liverpool, Man United. Not sure, to be honest with you. I think I'd just be a football purist, really. But I don't think I'd be a Spurs fan, but Jermaine Defoe. It's literally, the Spurs ground is literally 2 minutes away from my house. Boy, I don't know. It could have. Probably like yourself. Probably Man United or Liverpool, to be fair. Oh, into family time. Probably Man United. Yeah, no. Probably Man United. Livramento throw into Newcastle. Bit of a nothing game so far, folks. Boy, are we gonna? Oh, Blink! Can you miss it? Gordon! Oh, sorry, I don't even know. I'm being racist. My bad. It's a Harvey Barnes. Blink and you miss it, which I did. Blink and you miss it. I looked down for a second, and there's been a goal. Eddie Howe's not happy. Neither is his assistant, but that's calm. Harvey Barnes, who should have scored. Harsh to say he should have scored earlier, but he had a good chance. What happened there? Let me see that. Come from nothing. I just said there was a throw-in. The throw-in's been taken quickly. That's a good goal. That's a shout out to Kelly. He's made that happen. Pure desire from the fullback. He's found Gordon. Gordon's done well to shift his body and get his body positioning right and put that in the back of the net. Well, I don't think Spurs are out of it because ironically, when it's become an even game, Newcastle have bagged. Take it from an Arsenal fan who saw my team drop points. Kill the game before it kills you. It's not quite as one-sided as Arsenal Brighton was, at least where the first half was concerned. But you get the point. Harvey Barnes with his first Premier League goal of the season. Oh, Son. Can Spurs get back in here immediately? Son Heung-min. The problem with Son, the minute he tries to shift that onto his right foot, they're onto him. Puro. Back to Sa on this right-hand side. Can he deliver? Not quite sure what he was doing here, but he's lost the ball. Harvey Barnes, you're playing yourself into trouble. What the hell was that? Foreign for Spurs. Smash the like button, folks. Too many high-tempo games. Atalanta are mad physical and they man mark. We probably lose the next 2 and draw. We are just a defensive team now. We'll just play our 8 centre-backs. Hey, considering we didn't play Tomiyasu or Kivio, but hey, it's the only place I'm relatively comfortable with Arsenal's depth. You don't know me. I wanted 2 central midfielders. It was naive to probably expect to have Merino, Rice, Partey, Jorginho. It was probably naive to expect another one. I don't want to be that guy, but like, a part of me is wondering, like, obviously it's very recency bias, but with what we face, could you have kept Fabio Vieira and Emil Smith-Rowe? You've got Ethan, you've got Miles, but they're young players. You don't know what you're going to get as good as I think they are. As somebody said, made beds, got to lie in it. Arteta or Jack Wilshere are going to have to dust off their boots. Basuma. Son. I mean, the good thing is Maddison, Son, Basuma, they ain't really done much. But players of that quality only need a couple of seconds to get it right. Maddison's been fouled. He's taking it quickly. Big up yourself, Ruby Ranks. Palace would have probably been who I moved to if Arsenal didn't exist, considering they'd be the most local. But I've always liked Fulham as well before them being our B team. Fulham, big up Fulham. No disrespect, a bit too posh for me. If I was from South, probably Crystal Palace. It would have been Man United, if I'm honest, all the cousins. Or it would have been it would have been Man United or Liverpool. I would have loved to have, in hindsight, I would have loved to have somehow stumbled on, Danny Mills being my favourite Man City player and then being a City fan. We'd have the glory days. James Maddison on this left-hand side, decent ball. Dan Burn sends it where it came from. How long before they draw for Solanke? Is he even on the bench? Maddison's giving it away. It's getting quite scrappy. We have got a game, as Social Join said, but it's very scrappy. Romero, Destiny and Doggy, fullback Union. Thought he was fouled there, is fouled there. Silly foul to give away by Mr. Longstaff. I didn't even know Solanke's injured yet, because I don't think he's on the bench when he read it out. Brighton are actually doing very well. They're doing very well this season. Very well this season. Beat Man United, drew with us. Didn't they smack Everton or something? They're doing very well. I said at the start of the season, I mean, Brighton, the last couple of years, I think they've not really been doing what Brighton's doing, but I think they've always played great football. And I said 2 teams I'm watching is Crystal Palace and Brighton. I swear they got a rivalry thing going. And I only watch them because I like the Crystal Palace gaffer and I like the Brighton one. I don't like the Brighton one now because he was doing a lot of antics yesterday. And he was like, Declan Rice's one was a yellow card. You wait until you lot get zanged. James Maddison to take this set piece. Son jumps over it. Maddison plays it short to Kulusevski. Kulusevski's first touch, which is normally Chris wasn't. Oh, Pedro Porro. I think the foul would have been given anyways. DG, what do you reckon about Fofana from Monaco as a Partey replacement? Didn't he move? I would love to put Fofana at the carpet, to be fair. Didn't he move? I could be wrong. Yeah, he's gone AC Milan. Yeah, that another one bites the dust. You never know if Juventus want to sell Douglas Luiz or Fofana at AC Milan doesn't work out, then there's decisions to be made. Surely there's 5-6 minutes of added on time in this first half owing to the ref shenanigans earlier. Nick Pope to go long, which he does. So, Puro. That was a good sort of idea to find Kulusevski, but the application was poor. Gamares, Harvey Barnes, the goal scorer, Joe Linton. Oh, Newcastle got away with that. Longstaff. This guy, bro. Like, I can't lie to you, Newcastle. Come on, man. You can do better than Longstaff in this 11. It's a very scrappy game. It's quite enjoyable for the neutrals, but it's very scrappy. Newcastle playing ball here. Look, Longstaff, he's meaty, man. He's meaty, man. Like, if you never came through their academy and was almost Mr. Newcastle, you wouldn't be there. Anthony Gordon, no way you're getting change out of Romero there. Goal kick to Spurs. I swear, I didn't even know. Another one bites the dust. Typical Arsenal. Nathan, there you have it. And this is why, for me, there's no excuses. Yes, we can sit here and say, oh my God, like, what players improve us? There's no quality. I get that. I hear that. I'm not saying sign players for the sake of it. But it's not our job to do that. Arteta numerous times said we got the smallest squad. Edu has said, is it just me, or I swear a few months ago, I'm lying about weeks. Edu said I get documents of 150 pages or something like that. I'm definitely going to find that and include that in one of the videos I'm going to bring out. It's excuses. It's excuses, man. Make it happen. Oh, if Isaac could have brought that under control. Both teams inviting unnecessary pressure onto themselves. We have not got a squad equipped to battle on all fronts. So for me, I love my club. I'm always hopeful, but it's going to take every game as it comes, and whatever talking points or sentiments around it develop, then yeah. Just self-inflicted. It's like we've already got holes in our jumper and we poke more in it. But I always say I've got no sympathy in that regards for Arteta and Edu, because if worse comes to worse, you think that this is the squad you bet on. Like, I've got nothing against Jorginho, but like last season, we clearly used him or had to utilize him more than we would have liked. You bet on things. If Rice gets suspended or this guy gets injured, that's what you've got. Son Heung-min probably trying to be a bit too cute and clever there. So it is what it is, man. Romero. That was amateur from Rice, though. Everyone that plays goals Sunday League knows to stand on the ball right in front and walk away slowly. Kicking it makes no sense. You are right. I think the rest being harsh, right? At the end of the day, you play with fire, you get burnt. Right, for Rice, you're on a yellow card, innit? You gave the ref a decision to make. And against Arsenal, things happen. Although in typical Arsenal fan fashion, though, they brought up I think 2 years ago? It must have been when we had the collar home shirt. On social media, like there's a clip of Declan Rice playing for West Ham. 5 minutes of added on time, by the way. There's a clip of Declan Rice playing for West Ham. He's booted the ball away. Nothing's happened. And Pedro did it and he got away with it. But you play with fire, you get burned, innit? And I hate, and obviously, the ref is a big talking point. But I hate us Arsenal fans because, like, the talking point just becomes the ref. Like, two truths can live in the same realm. The ref did a madness, but I do think we're acting like we were spot on. Yes, the game changed when we went down to 10 men. It was all fair play. But, yeah, I think we're doing too much. We're acting like the performance was there, excluding the ref, which it wasn't. Or we would have scored 2-3-4, as we've done on occasions where refs has done us dirty. Isaac fighting. Gordon picking up the loose change. Dragozin does very well, if I'm honest. Sends Joe Linton shot. Surely Joe Linton's going into the book for that. And I think he is. And yep, that confirms it. But then again, when you look at the goal again, the red card, the ball's moving. So can you argue nothing should have stood? Because the Brighton lads taking the free kick with the ball moving. I don't know, man. But control the controllables. I don't think we did that. DG, what's your biggest fear? Not reaching my full potential, which is how I feel now, really. We've been on 60k subs at the moment. I'd say not reaching my full potential. That's something that's really been bugging me. Like, you lot leave nice comments and see you lot in the flesh and all of that. I'm like, bro, if everyone believes this, we can really do something. So why is it not happening? Free kick to Spurs. Oh, it sailed out wide. Can Son keep that in? Thought that went out. Ref doesn't agree. Be interesting if a goal comes of this, if the whole ball did go out. James Maddison running into blind alleys, gets himself out of that and throw into Spurs. Gonna rant a bit on the ref and Rice decisions. Cost us at least 2 points last season. And now again, this myth that it evens out needs to stop. The refs are absolutely poor and beyond control. I don't quite agree that it balances out. And I ain't got none to hand, but there's definitely decisions that were favourable for Arsenal last season. I wouldn't say it quite evens out, but you are on the other side. Right, with Liverpool probably should have had a penalty at Anfield. But ain't that the same ref that when Sanchez, I'm sure Chris Kavanagh was the referee. Do you remember the Chelsea goalkeeper Sanchez? He's come out for, it was either a set piece or a corner. He's come out and he's got nowhere near the ball. He's punched Gabriel Jesus. You can, one thing that annoys me is you can grab people's necks. You can grab people's necks in this league. You can grab people's necks in this league. You can unsolicited without consent, grab people's arses like you saw in the Wolves game. But we know the climate. I'm not saying it's right, but we need the Sunday League approach. I'm not saying it's right, but you need anyone that plays Sunday League football, play to the whistle, control what you can, expect the refs to be poor. And yes, that should not be the case. You've got all this money in the game, the best players, the best managers, all of this crap, and you've got crap refereeing, which I always say, I think, when you look at the project that is the Premier League or the entertainment product, is it a coincidence that there's numerous talking points week in, week out? No, it adds to it. It adds to talking points. We're talking about it. Vicario, strong hands from him really to deny Isaac. I think he clattered it at Isaac, but I think he'd be all right. Don't leave the game to the ref. Be decisive and be up upon goals. Cause any random BS can happen. There you have it. Hit the likes. All right, big up Marcel. Look at him. DG rocked up to the Emirates and Jinx demanded them yesterday. Joke, big up my guy. Your AFTV interview was class, like always. Spoke real sense. Appreciative to that, Marcel. And I'm not gonna lie, I did think that. But you can't blame me for the rep. You can't blame me for Kai Havertz and Saka not bagging an Odegaard. You can't blame me for Arteta taking forever to bring on California. Indirectly, this is what happens when you don't have an inside forward. Yes, we've signed Sterling or a striker that can, you don't even need. Of course, I would like Isaac, but this is what I was saying. Could you have done? Obviously, we tried to sign Sesko, but could you have got a rotationary striker that could just a bit like you lot have Origi? Like Origi might have only scored 10 goals in all comps, but those 10 goals could have been priceless. Could you have had that? Now, granted, that striker could have played, doesn't bag. It's the same thing, but this is the same talking points when I look at. West Ham at the Emirates, Fulham at the Emirates. I think a lot of our stuff is inflicted indirectly because of what we have at our disposal. Am I confident in a title challenge? Yes. Getting over the line? Boy. I'm only willing to really talk with chess in the FA Cup. That's our trophy. We should be winning that every year. Between us and Man United, that's our trophy. It's halftime now, folks. It is what it is. Everton defo getting relegated. I hear it, but how many times have you seen a team start the season terribly and they survive? If anything, Partey should have got sent off towards the end. Even that. I must admit, I'd have to see that moment again, but it felt like Partey did something and he booked Saka. We coast too much. We're 1-0 up, just don't do enough. And to be fair, Wolves, calm. That was cool. Villa, we shouldn't have got nothing. Really and truly. Like, yeah, we showed fight, desire, hunger. Shouldn't have got nothing, but we did. Sometimes you deserve more from a game and you don't get enough. Sometimes you don't deserve anything and you get something. Sometimes you get your just deserves. And I think the 3 games we played so far reflected all of that. Big up the Mars Cannon, as the man said, smash the likes, and big up you lot on Twitch. No one wins Ballon d'Ors by scoring loads of goals versus the worst sides, Haaland. And when your entire team / manager is much better than everyone else, it becomes less impressive when your side win by many goals. I think Haaland's a beast of a striker and he's almost like a throwback forward. But I don't think Haaland is... I hate that. I think Haaland is a specimen and there's many things to like. But I just think with Haaland, I don't think... Unless you... Obviously, if you win... Well, you've won Champions League. But if you was at Real Madrid or something, maybe people take it in. But I don't think you're... Pardon me, pleasing enough on the eye, really, or you haven't got the clout that an Mbappe has. Kylian Mbappe started life terribly at Madrid, really. I just think in the modern day, Haaland's not going to please everyone. Surely Haaland's the best out-and-out number 9 in the world, though. I don't know who else would be up there. I can't find a comment, but one of you spoke about Havertz 20 goals. Havertz, I expect you to get double figures, like, you know, by last season's logic, you know, half a season from you and you got what, 11, 12, maybe even 30 league goals. So maybe, and you started the season well, but I don't see you getting 20 goals. I hope I'm wrong. And that was one good talking point. The goal, man. Fourth dunk was dying at that moment. Saka picked his pocket. It's a good finish from Kai. I won't blame the Brighton keeper, but he was in no man's land. So yeah, man. But it's happened now, isn't it? Like, I'm more than happy to talk to you lot about the game and whatnot, but it's happened now. Like, it's happened. All you can do is do better. I haven't been impressed with a 90 minutes from Arsenal yet. Obviously, the Brighton game, we know what happened. I think the first 35, 40 minutes, great. In fact, 45, that good 45. Second half, our hands were tied. Versus Villa, I don't think we were terrible in the first half, but I wasn't pleased with it. Second half, we did our thing. The Wolves game, fair enough. You just did what you needed to do. And I don't think, and that just extends to everyone, I don't think anyone concerned with Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Spurs, definitely Everton, every team in the division, I don't think... Maybe probably Brighton, if anything. Even that, because one wonders if they turn up in the first half when it was an even contest, what could have happened? I don't think there's a single manager or fans or players that think for 90 minutes we've been perfect. And I said it at the start of the season. Not that I'm negating anything or giving people a free hit, but I'll really judge the Premier League when you're 10 games in. Because now you should shake them cobwebs out. Against Villa was one of them games you know you didn't deserve to win. Well, 38 games, you could do that 5 times a season. Man City did that last year. Ironically, when they travelled to this place, Newcastle should have won. You can do that 5 times a season. We know we're going to drop points. Cool, the draws happen now. But perfect. The illusion of perfection needs to be chased. We can do better. We have to do better. It's either that or pack up now. Havertz is becoming one of our best attackers at the moment. He is one of the best attackers. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. And as I said, like if we was judging the first 3 games or the August period, which we will get a video done, like David Raya has been my player of the month for August, then it's probably Kai. I would probably extend that to Saka. I think Saka's not been amazing, but did his, you know, he scored a bit of brilliance against Wolves, cool. Made it happen against Aston Villa, cool. Did get an assist yesterday. Did look very good in the first 45 minutes. Cool. Other than that, what I would say, Raya, calm, Saka, Havertz, Raya, Havertz, Saka. I think Timber's been okay. Need a bit more from. I don't think Saliba and Gabriel have been terrible, but I think much more. I think Gabriel needs to get his act together. You're getting back into them bozo moments. He bust case against Villa. Both of you were terrible. You're over covering for Saliba, and you need to win the ball. Saliba's trying to be clever as well. You're both effed up. Why? You've been calm. Why? It's been cool. Like, you've been calm. Nothing to really rave and shout about. You've been calm. Trossard, I don't think you got enough service, if I'm honest with you, against Villa. Against Brighton. But yeah, Martinelli, still the same old talking points. Not that he was really a thing yesterday. Calafori, based on the cameos and the minutes, I think you've done what you can. Big him up. I think you've done what you can. I'm not really impressed with the midfield. I don't think Odegaard's been terrible, but you can go up the levels. I think Partey was probably the best of the midfield three against Villa and yesterday. You can go up the levels and you're far from perfect. Rice, it's a mixed bag. Apart from the sending off, like, you was okay. Look like you're not really there. Still a bit of fine tuning, if I'm honest. Who else is in the team on a significant basis? I think I went through the 11 there, innit? So yeah, man. I'll say the players I'll give a bit of a blight to, and it's not about giving a blight because there's 11 players out there, a 14-man squad or whatever. We're all in this together, innit, people? But Raya, Calafori for minutes played, Timber, calm, Saka because you've been doing your thing to a degree. Havertz, cool. Other than that, and them lot, don't get it twisted, all of them can go up the gears. Other than that, I need a lot more from everyone. Raya is the only one. Like, if you was doing team meetings, Raya, you can go home. Like, if I was Arteta and I'm calling you lot in to talk to you lot about how you think you've played so far, you can go home, Raya. I think you've been good. I don't think you deserve to not get a clean sheet yesterday. You made a big save as well when it was 1-0, 1-1, and it looked like the tide was turning. You made a big save, big save to help us. Raya's been doing his thing. No one don't care about Ramsdale again. But as I said at the start, bro, if we're saying the keeper did his thing, and I'm saying the keeper's been our best player, we're getting back into that stage where we was losing 3-4-0 and Leno was our man of the match. We're in issues. People, the second half is going to begin. Let me just go and get a 1-2 refreshment. I'll be back before you know it. But until then, I know a fullback that could have produced some individual brilliance yesterday.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Oh, well, my recovery pace is not where it used to be, man. Let me take this off as well. I'm excited. You can tell I was excited to be there, innit? Let me take this off. So, yeah. Second half soon begin, folks, but we're back again. I told you I'll be back before you know it. So, yeah, man. It's like every game your keeper's man of the match. There you have it, Marcel. You're in trouble. You're in trouble if that's the case. That's a big L. I think Raya, distribution's been good. I personally feel for a team that is like, bro, we are one of the best defensive teams in the world and in the league. I never saw that. And I think as much as it's about tactics and all of that jazz, psychologically, we didn't know whether to stick or twist. I'm not trying to be harsh, but I did feel being at the game, people are passing on responsibility to others. Like, it's not what I've seen previously in the last 2 years where everyone is saying, I'm going to make a difference. People are in their shells. Raya looked like the only one that looked like, I know what I'm doing here. And don't get it twisted. I wanted to win yesterday. I know you had, listen, sometimes you just have to accept the game's gone against us. If you can't win, don't lose. And I was kind of peed off with Raya's time wasting. Like, that's me as a fan, emotion. I just want to win the game. But he looked like the only one that realized, listen, manage the game. The rest, you're just, yeah, like Gabriel made a couple good tackles. White the same, Saliba the same, but everyone's just going through the motions. Like, I did think Saka was trying to force the issue. I think Kai was trying his hardest to force the issue. I'm not going to lie. Kai Havertz dribbling is horrible to watch. Is big up Kai, no disrespect. But seeing you pull out to the wings and that, I respect it, but it's horrible. It's very horrible. It's horrible. You just described poor balanced team, poor fitness, nowhere close to the standard. There you have it. That gap was horrendous by Saliba. Why he'd vacate the middle when you're a man down, poor shape. Partey was nowhere to be seen. Exactly. But the thing I hate about Arsenal fans, we like to play favourites too much, man. We like to play favourites, especially when it comes to Saliba and Gabriel. Poor collective defending. And even the topic on Thomas Partey, I think he was one of the better players yesterday. But why has that happened? Why has that Rice... Go and watch the game again. Why has that Rice thing happen? Make sure I don't miss that point. Oh, gosh. Sorry, folks. Yeah, man. I don't want to see cowards now, though. Gabriel will end up getting dropped for Calafiori 3 games in now, and he looks suspect. Bit harsh. And to be fair, he looked suspect this time last year as well. Swear down, Burnley got a all or nothing doc. Just anyone's getting it now. We'll show you how to get 3 points, mate. Hold tight, my 1 point collectors. See, I'd prefer you lot to beat Man United because the United fans are unbearable. They're in my DMs and my comments and chatting, but now, Marcel, you're making me wish a draw is the thing. I think Skelly should play next game in centre mid, but if Jorginho doesn't play, that could be an issue. Big up Lewis Skelly, and I'd back him all the way, but I'm sorry, that's nonsense. North London derby, big ox. And I do think you have to give these young players scope to make mistakes. You're gonna be outside your comfort zone anyways, but I think it'd be silly to do that. Big up Jorginho. I mean, anything happens. Zinchenko, wow, he's never done it. And even Arteta, when he was asked about Zinchenko playing in midfield in pre-season, what did he say? The main thing is he plays fullback. That's an option. It appeared to me Benjamin White was in midfield at one point in that game. That's an option. Kivior's never played centre mid up for Arsenal, but I remember when he signed for us, a lot of Arsenal fans were waffling. Oh, Spezia, he played in centre mid. That's got to be an option. Got to make it happen. Has Partey, Jorginho ever worked? It's going to have to work now, my killie. It's going to have to work, bro. It's going to have to work. I don't agree that we're more vulnerable with Partey. I'm not going to cap. Brennan Johnson looks like he's coming on. For who, though? If the Burnley lads come off, I think that's harsh. Or the ex-Burnley lad. Partey needs to get dropped. If he plays against Spurs and City, will get beat. Partey no longer suits this Arsenal team. He doesn't bring control. Jorginho and Rice was our best midfield last season. You drop Partey, who's playing? At this moment in time, who's playing? Merino, I can't wait till you're fit, but who's playing? And you might be right, but when it was crunch time, to be fair to Partey, the run-in of the season, when we had all those big games, who stood up to be counted? And I genuinely think you're lying to yourself if you look at that game yesterday, or you look at the games we played so far, and you think Partey's been the worst player in that midfield. I think you're lying. I think he fell off a cliff after the hour mark against Wolves. I think the whole midfield three was crap against Villa. You was the better one. Forget the goal. I think you was the better one. And I think yesterday, Odegaard didn't bring that into the table, really. Rice obviously got sent off. Forget that. He didn't do nothing. I think with Partey, you're vacating too much space. Yes. Yes. The dynamism comments, yes. 1,000,000%. But I genuinely think being at the game, you weren't the worst. But no one's right. No one's wrong. Keep your thoughts coming. And I'm never going to kill any player for one misplaced pass because Benjamin White early on did it. These things happen, man. The fact Raya is making saves says it all. Only difference is Partey's is 6 and now Raya's making hella saves says it all. I'm over the party thing. Time to phase him out. I hear it, but I'm not trying to phase out no one until Mikel Merino's fit. I'd expect at some point this season, Merino, Rice, Odegaard were happy Arsenal fans, but we can't do that right now. And you look at our midfield depth. Yeah, there's bodies, but you look at, okay, I won't include City, but City got a million options. Could you argue, how many did Liverpool have? What? Gravenberch, McAllister, and I'm sure they would even like a midfielder. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Endo. There must be a next one I'm missing out. Chelsea got a million players as well. Yeah, I'm not. You lot know me, and it's a lot of you. Big up you lot. You've been following me for a while. There's been issues in the midfield. The hell are you wearing? You can't wear a vest anymore. That's a why, man. That you watching what next man's wearing. Like, come on, man. I know you rate Partey, but stop the sentiment, bro. Bro, please check my videos. I've been saying phase out Partey. I've been saying I want the Partey replacement for the Partey replacement. I think you're being harsh. I just can't sit here and say something that I don't agree with. If I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it. Like, and to be honest, Kai Havertz in midfield is an option. What is going on here? Why is it froze? What's going on with the... What's going on with the timer? Okay. Sorry about that, people. I don't know why the timer kind of froze there, but we're back. Kulusevski could be in Spurs here immediately, to be fair. Good defending by Livramento. Oh, risky defending. Good defending. He tried to shepherd it out for a goal kick, and they just put the burners on. Very good defending by the fullback. Oh, Isaac, man. Miles offside. Unnecessarily. I think Edu and Arteta long-term plan is to get Isaac. Well, I hear that. But they ain't helping us right now. I must admit, I don't really care about the long-term plan. Like, I hear it, I do care about it, of course. But that, do that. But right now, we've got bare games coming up. We're trying to fight for what we're trying to fight for. Well, when are you going to do that? You can tell me 2025, we're trying to get this guy. 2026, we're trying to get Messi. I'm not here for that no more. Is that on side? If he is, he put the burners on. He needs to get his head up. It could be about to be 2-0. Get your head up. Great tackle. Fantastic by Jagusin. You can Isaac needs to do better. That's never a pen. That's never a pen. That's the second great tackle I've seen from that Jagusin today. Very good last ditch tackle. Isaac is good enough to do a lot better than that. Oh gosh, Kamara's. That could come back to bite Newcastle. Basuma, Pedro Porro. This is poor defending from Newcastle. You might end up conceding here. Poor, it should be 1-1. It should be 1-1. Instead, Gordon hooks it clear. And it's poor from Gordon. Newcastle are going to let Spurs back in the game. They're moving mad. They're moving very mad. Basuma's tried to force the issue on that occasion. Anthony Gordon being pulled and pulled. Great strength from him. Sorry, Harvey Barnes. And that's a yellow card for Basuma. Great tackle from him. Put Jorginho in the 6 and start Youngji in the 8. Throw him in the 5. Let's see what he's about. Inject some young blood into the team. It's not the right time, man. There's never a right time for young players. It's not the right time, man. It's not the right time for that Lewis Kelly stuff. Or Ethan. He'll get his chance. In fact, I would love to see him. You know, I'd run Ethan in the 10 and put Odegaard there. But nah, man. If your name's not Partey, Jorginho, or Odegaard, bro, you need to be doing stuff. But at the same time, these between the 3 games between what? Spurs, Champions League, and then obviously City, they're going to have to get minutes. Like currently, you know, you hope Merino's his bone or whatever pulls heels before, it's long before, and Rice will be back for City, but like worst comes to worst at the moment, you've got the option of Zinchenko. I guess I believe you could put Timber there. You could put Benjamin White there. I don't think these are things. Kivio spent a year in midfield in Italy. I'll tell you this. What I will say is big up the gaffer, but I'm happy I'm not you. It's your job to figure that out. James Maddison. Basuma. Plays on this left-hand side, folks. Oh, it was Kulusevski who got hooked. Damn. Basuma, Madison, he's got a shot and he hasn't been given afforded an opportunity to do such. Which, if you're Newcastle, you've got to keep that up. Madison, he's a baller, man. I was at the game yesterday and it was so obvious that the only real quality we have on the bench is defenders. Oh, there you have it, man. And obviously, I keep forgetting. Kai Havertz in midfield. And I don't know whether that's Sterling as a false nine, Gabriel Jesus if fit up front. But then you see what happens when you have a weak squad. You have to keep tearing pieces away. Madison, Poro. Yeah, Newcastle, you're looking like you're going to concede. Yeah, they're not Rashford or well, they're not Rooney. They're not going to start against City or whatnot. I'd love them to. And they would learn from it at the very least. But half of the fans crying for these guys to start. When they make mistakes, you're going to be the first to say, get them out. You are right in that you don't know until you give them chances. But Arteta's not, I mean, you could. He's not going to do that. You need to get 3 points. There's a lot of pressure. Every point matters. You're not going to do that. Kai, Saka and Saliba were all better than Raya yesterday. Obviously not discrediting him, and I'm happy with his performance as again. He did all he could, but people saying man of the match are forcing it. I disagree. Saliba, Raya made several saves to keep us in the game throughout 90 minutes. Not that you had much to do in the first half. Your distribution was good. Nah, man. I think Kai and Saka did better. I think Saliba could play much better. I disagree, man. I think Raya undoubtedly is our man of the match personally. Spurs can play youth against us. And getting rid of Jorginho, and it would have been silly because we're not going to bring in 2 central midfielders. Timber, Partey, Odegaard could happen. Kaya in midfield is stale food. It didn't work at some stages last season. I wouldn't try it again. You might not have nothing else. Like, you might have nothing else. Maybe we're exaggerating our crisis in central midfield because Merino, obviously 2 weeks international break or something like that. It's minutes in the tank. Rice is back after the Spurs game. Boy. Oh, that's a soft foul to give away. Eze scored, Chelsea 1, Palace 1. Eze shouldn't be there. I bet you, man, wish he still had it on any. Boy, to be brutally honest with you, boy. El Nene in the squad would be calm right now for what we're about to face in these 3 games. Gonna have to get on with it. Romero. Good pass from him. Almost too good of a pass. DG, would you rather have as your coach Ange or Eddie Howe? I'm going to have to say Eddie Howe for obvious reasons, but there's a lot of things I don't like about Ange. I think he's quite naive, but I must admit, I do like the way he tries to go about things. Going to be a long season. I think we struggle for top 4. We just don't have the bodies for these games. We're just not in good shape. We might do, but I'm not going to quite draw conclusions because like, we're 3 games in, man. Since we love buying from Chelsea, the perfect party replacement would be Lavia. Lavia would be amazing. I think Chelsea would be stupid to get rid of him. And I must admit, I know Enzo Fernandez has done nothing of significance in the Premier League. Sorry, Kulusevski's still on the pitch. Who the hell came off? Yeah, I know Enzo Fernandez ain't done nothing of. Oh, wow. How on God's green earth did that Burnley lad, ex-Burnley lad that they bought, how did he? Terrible miss. Maybe I'm being harsh. He needs to cut his hair. He might have seen that. Did he go for the head or what did he do? It's a good ball by Brennan Johnson. It took a slight deflection off Lloyd Kelly. He tried to knee it. That's crazy. Can't lie, this Joe Linton guy is a mad fraud. Yeah, big up Harvey Elliott. I just don't think they're going to play Lewis Kelly. I don't think Lewis Kelly's ready right now. I'm more likely to bet on Ethan. But it's a thing where you got to put Ethan in the 10. For now, long term, it's a left 8. But if we're playing Spurs tomorrow, I'm putting him in the 10. Odegaard, you're going in the left 8. But I'm gonna go Odegaard, Jorginho, and Partey. Ooh, Dan Burn gonna bust his hamstring, man. They're asking a lot of him. Good block from him. Long stuff. I don't rate long stuff. Nick Pope sends it where it came from. Newcastle started very slowly, man. Very slowly. Eddie, how easy. Yeah, no one's trying to see Kai in midfield. Even Kai in midfield is a sit. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me even that if Kai is next to Partey or whatever in midfield and Sterling's gone up front. But this is why I hate having a weak squad, because you start moving parts. Son Heung-min, is that surely a corner? Dan Burn again. Son's right to put his hands in his head, on his head. The one guy Spurs fans probably wanted the ball to fall to. Newcastle are going to allow Spurs back into this game. They've started very slowly. Spurs, on the other hand, electric! And it's hit a deflected cross, has hit the crossbar. Newcastle are playing with fire. Their Magpies are getting shot down. They need to wake up. Football's a weird game, innit? Because this wasn't the Newcastle in the first half. Anthony Gordon, Isaac and him playing with fire. To be fair, he sold Isaac short. Isaac's nicked it back. No, he ain't. Livramento can't. Yeah, what's going on? Did Newcastle have the energy packs and the Lucasades? Or did Spurs have a lot of coffee? Because Spurs have a lot more intention and invention. James Maddison goes for the shot. Nick Pope parries it. Oh my God, it's 1-1. Pope is... Hey, I don't lie to you. I feel sorry for Nick Pope. Dan Burn making a mess of it. That was to come. 10 minutes in, Newcastle deserved to have conceded there. You lot are watching the game. You're hearing me comment. They're playing with fire. They've been caught cold. I don't know what Eddie Howe said at halftime, but you could tell Ange Postecoglou stuck a battery in his players, because they've been on side. That's a cheap goal to concede. You better pray to the heavens someone's offside, which they're not. Horrible. Nobody's offside. Pope's parried it. It's poor from Pope. I don't know what Dan Burn's doing either. Pope. We said this in the first half with some of his saves. They're suspect. Spurs have forced the issue and they're back in it. And boy, my 2-1 Spurs prediction is still on. Horrible. I don't know what Nick Pope was doing. I don't know what Dan Burn was doing. But yeah, it's 1-1. Yeah, Newcastle. I might even change it from 2-1 to 3-1 Spurs. Here they go. Here Kulusevski goes again. Twisting and turning. Dan Burn's going to have to get subbed. They're going to kill his hamstrings. Doing ballerina settings. Boy, what the hell has gone on with Newcastle, boy? This isn't the fire that the Geordies are typically with. Ramsdale, you could have easily played for Newcastle, man. You do suspect things like Pope, but yeah. You can't convince me Nick Pope is good, man. He's obviously good. I'm being harsh, but like, bro, he's mad suspect, ridiculously suspect. Another cross in, headed out. Surely they got to bring on Tonali, because Joe Linton, you're just there to fight. Longstaff, you're meaty. Kamara's has been a bit quiet. It's not really the best. In the second half, Spurs have had 5 shots, 2 on target, 12 touches in the up box and 77% of the ball. Newcastle have had 1 shot, none on target, 1 touch in Spurs' box and 23% of the ball. Confirming what we can see in that the Magpies have been caught cold and there's fire. Well, it's the battle of the animals, really. The chickens are doing their thing. Maddison absolutely clattered. Free kick. Yes, Kamara, I cannot lie. I don't ever want to agree with a decision against Spurs, but you clattered him. Newcastle need to sort it out. You're going to concede a couple as we approach the hour mark. Don't forget, we're watching Man United Liverpool together, folks. Lovely Cruyff turn by Maddison. Maddison just plays football like it makes no sense, but you just watch David Beckham videos. I can tell you got to go to all them fancy soccer schools. You never played on no council estate. You've just always been lit. Remind me of them Essex boys when you play Sunday League and they're just lit at football. Yeah, he's just there to be a lump. Where's Gomares? I don't know. Pope's horrible, man. You reckon we're going to go on a 20-game win streak? I'm sure the squad is peed. I can only deal with what's in front of me, man. I'd love to. I don't know. I don't think so. Should have bought Ramsdale. Ramsdale will do them F-ups, but it's been coming from Pope. Nick Pope, how have you gotten into the England squad over Ramsdale? He's playing games. I don't think there's much between. I think Ramsdale's better than Nick Pope, but I don't think there's much in it. I think, pardon me, Ramsdale's distribution is better. I think his catching is actually better. I think Pope is a good goalie, but he's very suspect. Even in the first half, the one couple chances Spurs had, he's making it more dramatic than it needs to be. And this could be a potential goal of the season contender. You've got Pedro Porro and James Maddison over it. Is it going to be a direct effort at goal? Is it going to be something fancy? Porro's gone for goal. It's sailed over. I'd have preferred you to have got an assist. But yeah, I would sell Nelly and replace him with Vinicius Jr. If he was able to do that, why not? It's easier said than done, isn't it, though? Currently 1-1 between these two sides, people. Spurs have been the better team in the second half. Come on, Nick Pope, you're acting, man. Oh, I feel sorry for myself. Looks like Murphy's coming on. For who, though? Is it for Gordon? He's been a bit quiet. Or is it for Barnes, the goal scorer? No clue, folks. Ramsdale conceded 3 yesterday, so I don't think he's in England contention. But I'm not going to lie, it's so bad mind of me. But when Ramsdale's announcement video was at Southampton, the Southampton announcement video, I just thought, joke, man. Like, joke, man, you're not serious. DG, you know you got 3 away games in a row after the break, including Atalanta away. Gonna have to get on with it, man. Gonna have to get on with it, bro. Gonna have to get on with it. Spurs away. I assume the City game's away. Gonna have to get on with it. And I mean, to be honest, maybe being away from the Emirates is what we need, because typically our away form was great last year and we seem to be a bit more professional away from home. Like, we still could have drew 1-1 yesterday against Brighton, but I think if the same context happens in the Brighton place, I think we defend a lot more amicably. Bro, Pope is shit, fam. And what was Dan Burn doing? Maybe I'm being harsh, but what was Dan Burn doing? Man said Porro to assist Son and Isaac to equalise would really help my FPL. Harvey Barnes off. Jacob Murphy on. I mean, I can't tell Eddie Howe anything, but I think that's a bit harsh on Harvey Barnes. But I think based on the second half so far, I guess no one at Newcastle can be, no one can complain about any substitutions. Joe Linton is down. But it's not looking good, Spurs, mate. It's not looking good. Spurs. Newcastle is definitely not looking good. Joe Linton, he's a big brute. Back up to his feet. Imagine he was still playing up front. He's on the Kai Havertz thing in reverse, really. He was rubbish up front. Kai excels up front. Own goals by an opponent since last season. Spurs have 6. Liverpool have 6. Arsenal have 5. Brighton have 5. Most opponent own goals. Apologies. Fair enough. Basuma. Brennan Johnson. To be fair, Brennan Johnson's made a 1-2 impact. Pedro Porro tries to deliver. Yeah, Newcastle, you're not clearing your lines properly. I don't know what Jacob Murphy was waiting for, but yeah. On the throw. Think Burns' height doesn't there. Probably. And to be fair, I think it starts and stops with Nick Pope. He's parried it and then he's had a nonchalant flick of it as well. He never wants to catch the ball. Gordon. Lloyd Kelly always giving it back to Brennan Johnson, who's on his bike. Brennan Johnson. Fortunately for Newcastle, it hasn't found a blue shirt in their box. Livramento, not the best of passes. Wow. The hell is that, Newcastle? Newcastle really want to lose the game. The players, I know the fans don't. I know Eddie Howe doesn't. But the way the players are moving, you must want to give Spurs all 3 points. You must do. What has gone on at half-time? Brennan Johnson. There's a corner. He's been a good sub. We need Sterling for the Spurs game. We need him for the rest of the season. Like, you will. I don't know if he'll start, but you'd imagine he's in contention for the Spurs game. What better way to endear yourself to the Arsenal faithful than putting in a performance against Spurs? And I hope Kai Havertz and Cole can do what they're doing. And to be fair with you, we need to do much better at Spurs' ground than last year. Because let's be honest, We went 3-0 up, and we weren't the better team for that period when we got that. We allowed them back in the game with those 2 silly goals. And obviously, we defended well, but that was nonsense. And it was the business end of the season. Basuma dropping shoulders. Yeah, Newcastle, man. It looks like they need midfield reinforcements. A bit like what was happening to Spurs in the first half. Newcastle cannot get out of their own half. Merino is still injured. What was the game saying live from the ground? Good first half. Things went downhill and we looked shaky. We went down to 10 men, innit? Didn't take our half chances to nick the game in either half. Obviously, 10 men is always going to be tough. So I personally think it's 2 points drop, but you could argue it's a point gain considering everything. Brendan Johnson gets a thumbs up from Son. That was a good sort of thing from him. I must admit, I'm no fan of Brendan Johnson. I don't think he's good. But today, it don't matter what I'm saying. I'm sitting here on YouTube. He's playing football. And he's had a great impact off the bench for Spurs. Passes in the final third. Spurs have made 71 in this second half. Newcastle United just 2. Can things change? Gordon's done very well. Longstaff's helped it on to Livramento. Livramento to Gomares. Gomares, that's a good ball to Longstaff. Longstaff's not built for that. Spurs have possession again via Maddison. It's here with Basuma now. I think Maddison is scoring or assisting. Spurs firmly in control. And I must admit, whenever I watch Spurs, listen, I'm no Spurs fan. You don't know this. I hope they fail. But from what I've seen of their Everton is like they were just doing their thing. But under Postecoglou so far up until this point, in some stages they look so good, and in other stages they look mad. Like they're their own worst enemies. Gomares, I thought Isaac was fouled there. Isaac, good strength to hold up the ball and find Gordon. Come on, a bit of magic, Gordon. Come on. Hey, bro, you're rubbish, Murphy. You see what happens? You see when men are coming off the bench and they're smiling and you're smiling again. Joke, man. Get rid of these guys, man. Joke, man. Stop smiling. Nothing's funny. Time and a place. Smile with your missus. Don't smile on a football pitch. I got love for Johnson. He's a hometown hero, but he needs so many chances to make something, man. Some law of averages merchant. I think that's Raheem Sterling, so I want to see that. In my opinion, this will be the midfield against Spurs. Partey, Havertz, Odegaard. To be fair, right now it could be one of the best options. Isaac needs to get his hands off Son, but he's gripsing up man's neck. Doesn't matter because the corner's been dealt with by Spurs. Gordon, Livramento. I mean, significantly into the second half now. Our mark, first real anything of Newcastle in Spurs' half. Just as I said that, Nick Pope is doing his best for Curse of the commentator settings. He's giving it straight back. Kulusevski on this right-hand side now. Whatever Postecoglou did at halftime to tweak things, it's working. Maddison. Kulusevski. A bit too intricate for someone like Brendan Johnson. Oh, Maddison, that's Kalas. That is a Kalas tackle. Yellow card for James Maddison. Ooh, I mean, he isn't a Premier League footballer for his tackles, and that's why. Horrible attempt there. Tonali's coming on. Lewis Hall's coming on. The betting boy is back. He's saying Tonali didn't run away to Saudi Arabia for the money like certain man. Hey, I'm no Newcastle fan or Spurs fan. Longstaff is off. Now we might be able to enjoy it. Tonali, Kamara's midfield. You asked Newcastle fans maybe 5 years ago if they're going to do that. They'd have looked at you funny. I'm praying for a Jorginho masterclass. Good chance for him to redeem himself for last season. To be fair, does Jorginho need to redeem himself for last season? I think he did all right last year, to be fair. Who's the better team? Second half Spurs, first half Newcastle. Why does Arteta invert Timber just to push Declan Rice in the left 8 position? We're wasting Declan Rice when he plays as an 8 in games we dominate the ball. You'd have to ask Arteta, but it's the same thing we saw last year, really. It's just a different player. It's the tactics staying the same. And I'm a big fan of Rice developing those other facets of his game. I prefer Rice to play as a 6. And I just feel like Rice, he's obviously had his in terms of output, his best season last year on top of doing what he's doing. But we're not going to wake up and you're Paul Scholes. You know, you're not going to be Paul Scholes. You're not going to be Frank Lampard. So it's like, how much is he going to really tweak? Spurs have won the ball back here. Son Heung-min, Newcastle are surely conceding now, playing their way into danger. Quite fortunate that this Spurs left winger is not on the same page. Yeah, no, Jorginho did his thing last season. I can't lie. He played probably, in my opinion, more than Arteta would have liked. But I can't ask anything more of Jorginho last season. I think that's the biggest problem with us. We take players that should be rotation options, and we have scenarios where guys that probably should be playing 15, 20 games now have to play 30. We take guys that are good squad players and make them regular starters, and they do well, but ultimately don't get to the level you need to get to, or our fans aspire to. You got to trust your players, but this is just my opinion. I think there's too much. Oh, fucking hell, Dan Burn, man. You're lucky. It's a corner kick. Dan Burn, you're lucky, my man. Shit. Yeah, you need to be shameless. You need to be shameless. Giving it away. You're lucky that this Burnley lad is shit. Credit to Son for pressing and forcing the issue. This Burnley lad that they bought needs to do a lot better. Dan Burn, you need to... What did I say at the start? They're going to bust his hamstrings. Poor old Dan. In swinging corner. Kulusevski, Draguzin. Who would you play in midfield versus Spurs? I'd play Lewis Skelly. I can't lie, if he plays bad, it's Arteta's fault. Then he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. I honestly don't know, man. Like Social Joins made a great point. When has Partey, Jorginho worked? When has it actually worked? Because at the same time, you'd imagine Partey could venture further forward, but Jorginho ain't got the legs. Or I'm sure we've seen it on occasion. I won't quite say Jorginho's playing as a 6, but he's more further forward conductor sort of guy. I want to say that. Boy, it all depends on, and then I'm not going to lie to you, lot. A part of me wants to say Ethan in the 10, Odegaard in the left 8, and then you just probably have to play Partey. I don't expect to see that. I don't expect to see Cine in there. A part of me is honestly thinking, you know what? Partey and Kai Havertz. I know Partey, Kai Havertz, Odegaard, but then who the hell is up front? Is it Trossard? Is it Sterling? Is Jesus fit? Obviously, for me, if Jesus is fit, he needs to play. I might even, Jesus, Jesus and Sterling, Saka, just run that. Slap Kai up front and then bring Jorginho on when something needs to happen. I don't know, man. I'm happy I'm not Mikel Arteta in that regard. Do you do a 3 at the back thing? Because, I mean, we did it yesterday. We haven't got... That's one place we've got depth. Odebert's not ready. He's decent. I know I call him rubbish, but he just... Yeah, man, he's a bit too raw with it. Gordon, offside flag would have come up surely. That Eze finish was cold. What a player. You lot know me. If it's up to me, Eze plays at the carpet, but it's not up to me. Okay, well, I was just about to praise Gordon, but he's had his pocket picked and he's been skinned by Brennan Johnson. It's about to be 2-1 Spurs. Brennan Johnson. Oh, it could have easily been another own goal. Bruno Gomares has just fell into the goal. Great defending. That's the one time Brennan Johnson's actually... It's not quite made a poor decision, but it's not quite been good enough. And to be fair to Brennan Johnson, Son is the only one busting his ass. Why? To get in the box. Newcastle living dangerously, man. Very dangerously. So now, I must admit, as an Arsenal fan who does, we've become set piece FC, I have to admire these Spurs routines. How's Odebert played? Nothing of note. I think he started the game well, and he's been rubbish. Dan Burn reminds me of Mertesacker. Respect Mertesacker, man. You better than him. Werner's the sort of brother to end up scoring. Werner is coming on for Mr. Odebert. Scott Kane role, so I support him. Gusto injured again for Chelsea. Bad luck, man. We know Kai is going to play in the 8 role the next game, depending if that red card is overturned. I don't think it is. But then, again, we all know when Kai for mucking in, all of that stuff, I hear it in midfield. But then Odegaard's going to have to deeper in because we know Odegaard has to take over that kind of thing. Kai runs in behind. So then do you go with Sterling because there's gaps? Do you get Jesus in there? Do you start Martinelli? Once again, I'm happy I'm not the gaffer. Free kick here to Spurs. Pedro Porro. Slightly overhit, I reckon. Livamento's header's only found Son Heung-min. Son delivers it. Oh, it's slightly overhit. Brennan Johnson keeps it alive. Isaac sends it, but it's to Maddison. Maddison wraps it. Oh, Lord. And as much as we're getting at Nick Pope, he's put some respect on his name. It's a big save. What did I say earlier, people? Maddison hasn't had too many opportunities to wrap it, and they've done well. That time he did. He had to crack it on his left. It would have been a good strike. It would have been. It's a good effort, and it's a good save. It's good all round. It's a good effort. Corner kick to Spurs. You'd imagine something's got to give. Maddison takes it. It's a good delivery, to be fair. It's falling to Basuma. Basuma to Pedro Porro. Is he going for the shot? He does. Did Nick Pope tip that over again? I think he did. Something's got to give. Newcastle are living dangerously, man. It was an even contest. Now it's a thing where it's like Newcastle fighting for their lives to stay in the league. Linesman, it's Spurs, so I don't mind linesman, but you'd imagine linesman, get out of the way, bro. What is the linesman doing? Does the linesman want the guy to take the corner? Get out. I swear I hate officials. They always want to make it about you. Let them move so the man can take it. Basuma killed Son there, but Son will make you look good because he's wavy. Son on the edge of the area. Kulusevski's not going to crack that with his right foot. Finds Pedro Porro, has to go for goal. It's blocked. Brennan Johnson, oh Lord. Brennan Johnson done well to fashion a bit of space, has to keep it down. Instead, he's probably hit someone in the upper stands. Yeah, you can't appeal it. The most that can happen is they will say letter of the law for Declan Rice, and then obviously naturally you will mention Pedro Porro's João Pedro's thing, and then they'll just say sorry for that. We made a mistake. Sorry for that. Arsenal health timeline. Forget about Merino until November. Jesus ain't fit. Stop lying to yourself. Inshallah. Harvey Barnes, the truth. Gusto now injured. Chelsea don't have a right back. His peak. Where's Reece James? I know. It's that lovely touch from him. Pardon me, Gordon. Or he could have given it back to Isaac, you know. Livramento. But Chelsea wish speaking of fullbacks, Chelsea wish they had him. There was a lot of hype around when Chelsea sold Lamptey. He ain't done nothing. Livramento's the one they should regret, if anything. Murphy, corner kick, surely it is a corner kick. Well, Chelsea need a goal, and Maresca brought on Mudryk instead of Nkunku. If he scores, it's amazing. I have a feeling Palace is going to nick it before full time. Hope so. Chelsea might nick it, and you might see the balloons celebrating. I'm surprised Nkunku's been able to get away with that with the British media. Surprised they haven't said hippie crack or anything. Corner kick. Come on, Gordon. Joe Linton, you want this. Joe Linton, be shot. Joe Linton's a free runner. You want to be careful, Jabuzin, you know. Anthony Gordon. Joe Linton can't get his head to it. Murphy, shot blocked. Lewis Hall. Another one Chelsea sold. Yeah, you can see why you don't start games for Newcastle right now. Well, two Chelsea boys, actually. Livramento's over there. Big up DG. Needs you more on AFTV. Chapter Robbie, man. Appreciate that, though. See a lot of love in the AFTV comments. Lewis Hall. Too bad Eddie isn't on the bench. The wickedest thing is it's reactionary, but hey. Kai Havertz and Eddie could have done a thing. That's a great ball by Joe Linton. Murphy, you're going to mess up Murphy. Squares it. Oh! Goal! Isaac! Jordies. Boys, switch on. 0-0. Murphy. See what happens when you don't smile. You see what happens when you don't smile. And you're serious. My number 14. Hey, I know a certain club that's got that shirt vacant. My guy. Odegaard. Merino. Chat to us. Edu. 100 million. I know it's mad. We could do a lot worse. Boys, 0-0 now. Come on, man. Do this for Dan Burn, man. I can't lie. Without obviously wanting Spurs to lose and being fair, This is why football's a sad game, because Spurs have been better in the second half. It's fantastic from Joe Linton. That is a pass. If Odegaard, De Bruyne, all these guys did that pass, will be waxing lyrical. And it's great from Murphy. It's fantastic from Murphy. He's done well to delay the pass and delay the pass. Destiny and Doggies, cane rolls flying everywhere. It's a myth. It's a goal. 2 subs have made a great impact. I feel Brennan Johnson could have scored and probably in hindsight wishes he'd taken his chances. He did well. Murphy's got an assist. And one of the best strikers in the division has scored. Boy. Come on, Man United, Liverpool draw. Palace, can you do something for me? Newcastle, can you hold on? Well, that's my 2-1 shot. I can't lie. I'll be surprised if Newcastle win, though. 12th goal in his 15th. 12 goals in 15 league appearances for Isaac. Must be nice, you know. No disrespect to Kai, because you're doing your thing, but it must be nice. Must be nice. I saw Birmingham City bought a striker. It must be nice. Must be very nice. I'm trying to be like you lot. Isaac, FPL. My FPL was dying. I needed that. I ain't got Isaac. Balance of play, Spurs have been better. And that's the Premier League, man. Newcastle with Spurs bogey team. They always lose. No one wants to go here. No one wants to go here. 2 subs from Spurs as well. It looks like Bentacle's coming on and that Lucas Igdal guy. I actually think he's decent technically. You can see he's young. Needs to probably assert more personality in what he's doing. But yeah. Now that I'm dissing him, Werner will probably score. But I've just clocked Werner actually came on the pitch. Werner comes on the pitch and Spurs concede. I don't think Spurs are out of it with 10 minutes to go. Dan Burns on his last legs. Respectfully to him. Courageous performance. Or too much on that. Livramento will courageously give chase and he'll lead the press. Vicario surely has to hook it. Oh, you're killing poor old there. You killed him. Gordon throw in for Newcastle. You killed him there. You killed Poro with that pass. Joe Linton, who split Spurs' defense, is open like a coconut for that goal. Lewis Hall. Come on, Geordies, man. Castle, I don't know. I'm not a Newcastle fan. Just trying to take. Number 14 is there for the taking. Isaac will be an Arsenal player next season. Time to manifest. By God's grace. Ethan, the number 10 shirt next season is you, man. Don't know if I'll ever be justified for backing Isaac in my FPL over Haaland, but this is why I had the vision. Oi! Oh, you can have that. Remember Haaland got a hat-trick. Shh, we don't talk too much. Isaac's cool in that, but FPL is different. Haaland, yeah. We're laughing over here, and I know Salah's going to pattern me up in a couple of hours. Well, less than an hour, really. I know Salah's got something. It's getting scrappy again. Basuma's done very well. He's earned a free kick. Willock's still injured. I'd assume so. He's not on the bench. I'm not going to cap. Until you said that, I completely forgot he was here. Maddison coming off. Standing in solidity with Odegaard and stinking up the place in the Premier League game over the weekend. But Joe Willock's not on the bench. We're signing 4 more defenders next season. Thoughts on Sterling being our number 10 for this season, by the way, DG? I don't mind it too much, but I've been seeing fans saying it's disrespect to the number. Is he actually wearing the 10 shirt? No. Arsenal.com. What number is Raheem Sterling wearing? Don't say here. What's going on with that? What number are you wearing, Sterling? Where's the confirmation? Where's you can't be. Give him number 23, or like, is there even a 24? Just control that, man. You can't be giving that to a loan signing. Leave a mentor. Oh, I was just about to praise you've given it away. Bentacle, Werner, Destiny and Doggy has to pick out a decent delivery. Does. It's sent anywhere will do to settings. Joe Linton's done that. A lone player wearing number 10 or 14 is disrespect. You are right. Merino is 23. Why do Spurs fans always talk about sacking Ange? He's just got there. Are they really talking about it? I think he's naive. But I don't think you can... Well, again, the manager has to take blame. But I think the boys started poorly. I think managers work all week on something. The players don't go out and do it. I think he changed. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what he changed, but I think he changed something in the second half, and they were on it. You're split. Oh, I guess indirectly everything's him, but you're split open by that Joe Linton effort, and the half chances that they've had, they've not taken it. I definitely think Ange is very naive around set pieces. I think Spurs are quite overrated on their high line because it's not even the best high line in the league. And he took the role, but bro, I'm not being funny. They're signing shit dons, bro. Like Solanke's not a bad player, but Solanke, Brennan Johnson, Timo Werner, this Lucas Ekdal is young, but you know, Lucas Ekdal it's not really done lit dons like that. Right, look what you're working with. Of course, he's probably sanctioning it and he's happy with it and he took the job. You know what they're working with, but it's dead. Fair enough. They have got Madison and that. But he's working with shit done. Look at this team. They're actually working with shit dons. Isaac. Ref is a corner. Ref is a corner. I'm a liar. The chickens are getting fried. I know I shouldn't do this. He won't answer. I know I shouldn't do this. Surely you hold on to Newcastle. In fact, even if Spurs get a point, I'm cool with that. He called me yesterday when we drew. Dale, is that please? Being greedy. Corner kick, ref. Corner kick. It's gone out for a corner.
Welcome to the...
I'm on this. I'm so on this. Come on, corner kick. There's 5 minutes left, man. There's 5 minutes left. We've got this. Why are none of the Spurs fans answering? Come on, boys. All right, we're about to make it 3-1. Gordon, come on, slap that. Yes. Oh, fuck. Maybe I shouldn't start this. Look, they're all running. Look, they're all running. That's number 2. They're running. Because you can guarantee next week, they're going to be on to me. Let's try again. Let's try someone else. 4 minutes, please. Romero, please, boys, please. Look, they're scared. See, all my friends that support Spurs, I say I was in need. Where have you gone? I don't mind. Spurs can draw. I don't mind. I just don't want them to win. I don't mind. This screams drama, though, man. It screams, shout out Talawa TV. Make sure you're following the platform. Guns out. Nah, man, I just wanted to wear a vest. I didn't have to iron it quickly. Allow me. Spurs expectation levels are peak. Power shift. Harry Kane was carrying Spurs for so long. Now we see how life was without him. To be fair, they didn't even pattern up properly when they had him. Like, if Arteta fails to win something this season, I don't know how I'm going to look at him. High line for life. Don't ring no one. Palace do something. Come on. Kulusevski to the back post. Ain't no one scared of Werner, man. Come on, Gordon. Fight for that. Gordon. Ref. Hands. Ref. Come on, man. Thank you. Hey, ref. Kulusevski, you know what he did. Ange needs to learn to shut up shop. High line merchant. Playing good football is fine, but he's too one-dimensional. They're not trying to kill the game. I'll be peed off if we lose to these lot. Beyond the obvious. Please don't get offended, but the streamer looks sexy. If you're a gal, thank you. If you're a guy, all inclusive. But yeah, man, I don't play for that team. Like, I need to be in a team that plays possession-based football. I don't play direct football. Thank you, though. One love. Don't ring no one. Remember when all the media and pundits were praising Spurs for playing a high line, losing big to Chelsea? It was brave. No, it was brave. It was courageous. My word, wow. It was exciting. That's always been one thing that pees me off. Like, when neutrals say I'm not excited, who cares? Like, if I support Arsenal, like, for example, when they say we stunk out against City, who cares? Forget your excitement. Because when we were trying to go gunshot for gunshot, we was naive. We can't win ugly. Oh, gosh, Werner has got pace. Oh, Dan Burn, I hear it. You're trying. Dan Burn against Werner in a foot race. Werner, his biggest enemy is decision-making. Dan Burn! They're killing him out there. His hamstrings, look at him. Spartan. They're killing him. Lovely. He's dead now, man. He's finished. Today he's finished. They've killed him. Newcastle killed him. Courageous slide tackle from him. Unfortunate about the own goal. It weren't really his fault like that. He's finished. You can see when a player's playing on one leg. Bergval to take this corner. Ooh. But look at that. Like, clearly Spurs trying to do the youngster thing, but look what he's working with. Ooh, what was that meant to call? If that's not another corner, it's got to be in it. Oh, it's a throw-in. No one got the long throw with them? Fair enough. Pedro Porro. Back to this young G. Venticle. Come on, he's at run, man. Dog work now. Come on, dog work, dog work. Speaking of dogs, Destiny and Doggy on this left-hand side. Werner. Romero. Come on, boys, don't sit back, man. There's definitely like 4 minutes of added on time. There's definitely going to be like 4 minutes of added on time. Kulusevski. Juggles. And to be fair, I don't think he's had much to do, but everything he's had to do, I think it's been good from him, man. He's made 2 very good tackles. He's going to look good in the highlights. No business at this level anymore, but props to battling. Michael, you're right. There you have it. There you have it. Like, yeah, you said it there. Like, he's gone out like a Spartan. He shouldn't be here. Should not be here, but shout out to him. He's not gone out like a pussycat. He's tried. They've killed him today. And do you know what? I always sympathize with him because regardless if we lose to Newcastle or not, Saka normally tears him a new one. That's a ball. Dan Burn. Livramento. Joe Linton, come on, hold it. Bully now, bully. Bro, you're moving mad. You're moving mad. You're moving mad. We're into added on time. How many minutes? 5. Come on, boys. Eddie, how you ain't used all them subs, though? Surely you ain't. Tonali. Not said his name much today. Gordon, run, man. Oh, Pedro Porro, that's commitment. What a recovery run from him. Gordon, hold it lovely, Gordon. Back to Gamara's. Hey, ref. Oh, ref, boys. Tranquillo. Lovely free kick. And like Gamara's is doing. Yes. Hey, talk to Edu. Stop this Newcastle thing. It's time. You owe it to your family to come live in London, man. You and Isaac, 150 million. Let's do this. There's no way you're going to get 150 million. Gordon's lit. I actually think it's been a quiet day from Gordon, if I'm honest, by his own standards. I'd love him at Arsenal, but you ain't got... Forget about it. I'm not sure how many minutes I had done. There is to do. Power shift, man. Levy is the biggest issue at Spurs than Ange, but some fans don't want to see it. To be fair to Spurs fans, like, I hear it. Like, I think they all know Levy is a piece of shit. But at the same time, at the end of the day, my man took the job. And like I say with Arteta, and we talk about the Cronkies, are we maximizing everything that we can maximize? I don't know. Lewis Hall and Gordon over this set piece. Gordon, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. No, don't put your hands in the air. Come on. You're doing nonsense. Is that what are you doing? We need to take yellows now. Everyone needs to take a yellow. Come on, boys. Compacto. I wish I was a manager, man. Just so on Sky Sports I could do all of that. Hey. Hello, mate. Wait, hang on. Brendan Johnson. Hello.
You doing?
How's it going?
What?
Are you watching the game, lad?
Of course.
What do you mean you was?
I said, of course.
There is to do in that.
Yeah. Quality performance so far.
This is not a quality performance.
What are you talking about?
Would you sack Postecoglou?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
What do you mean, why not? He's a good gaffer. Why would you sack Postecoglou?
He hasn't brought any forwards in.
But that's not his job. You got Werner, you got Solanke, he's injured. You got Egbal, talented young player from Scandinavia.
No.
Swear down, you letting Joe Linton move like Cesc Fabregas.
Well, I don't know what we're doing here.
You thought he was going to turn it around, didn't it? The second half.
Time I saw we were missing shots in the first half. I was like, this is no way we're winning this game.
All right, that's the best I've seen Brendan Johnson play. Nah, he's good, man. Brendan Johnson, good. You power shift. You lot have good team, like.
Yeah, but for away performance in Newcastle, this is quite good for us.
Yeah, no, you lot are cold, man. Like, you lot should get a title contenders, in my opinion.
Did you win this weekend?
Did you lot win? Are you lot winning? You're about to have 2 L's on it. Oh Lord. You're about to have 2 L's on the CV. We got
title race gone already.
What do you know about a title race, Spurs, lad?
What do you know about
Fair enough. Mate, I've seen my team win the league. We've also seen Leicester win the
20
league.
years ago.
When have you seen it? You let Jamie Vardy come into professional football at 28 years of age, win the league, go down in the championship, and you still ain't won it. Mikel Arteta has retired in that. I am getting facial hair. It's peak for you lot. Like, I have about 5 strands on my chin. It's peak.
Will you see Arsenal this title ever again?
Will you ever that? Bro, we're 30. We've got another 40 years before we're dead and leave this world, you know. It's peak for you lot. Will you not even win a trophy? Jamie O'Hara is a Spurs legend. You know Newcastle bigger club than you lot, innit?
Oh.
You know Aston Villa a bigger club now as well, innit?
You guys have won trophies for like more long years than us.
Yeah, Newcastle better than you. Right, Joe Linton, man of the match. That's shameless. Now you lot are good, man. Who lot got next? Arsenal.
Probably. I don't know. Who is it?
Do you think do you think you're winning that?
Yeah. That's easy light work, man.
Why is it light work?
You're trash.
So what are we witnessing on the Lord's Sunday, mate?
Mate, what is it? Who's at home? Who's away?
You lot at home, mate. We let you lot get back in the game. You let Kai Havertz look like Mesut Ozil. You lot get sourced by Jacob Murphy at that. And when are you gonna admit Romero shit, Vicario shit? That Dragusin you's good.
The only person that's crap on this pitch is Dragusin. I don't understand why.
Nah, you're hating. You're hating. He made some serious tackles.
Trash.
You're hating. He made some serious tackles.
So trash. He's not playing by
Destiny and Doggy living up to his name, getting raw dogged by Murphy, and that is crazy.
Oh, man.
Remember when you said he's the best left back in the league?
Newcastle only good because of the best fans.
So what? So why are you lot good? Look, Dragusin, that's a ball. That's so good, so good. Look. Fake Odegaard, you on the ball. Like Werner's cold, man. You lot got a cold team, bro. I can't lie. I'm trying to be like you lot. You lot got serious strength and depth. You got a brave manager. Got a big stadium. You lot are so good, man. Lit.
Yeah.
So
remember all these statements, man. You're gonna get sourced next
brother. Tonali's been out for 8 months. He's come back and won the game. I don't want to hear it. You lot have cocks on your crest. You lot are pussies. Allow it, man. Allow it, man. Why did you even travel up to Newcastle? Fake fan.
Huh?
Eddie Howe's better than Postecoglou as well, bro.
He's really wasting peas up there, man.
Well, you get sourced by Isaac.
Guaranteed loss.
Why do you lot keep getting sourced? So what? You've got 2 L's on you've got 2 L's on your CV and you sourced Everton who have 3 losses on the spin. I can't rate you lot.
Actually, problem, if you're actually going to be serious here, the problem with Spurs.
I'm being serious. You lot are good. I said you're good, bro. You've lost. Yeah, it's confirmed.
Control the game too much.
By the way, it's confirmed you lost.
And possession. Yeah, I know we lost. The controlling of the game, possession. Yeah, we need to just score goals and attack, like how Conte was trying to say play. But we're not doing any of that. It's just dead. It's just pointless. Man.
So what's the target for the season?
Probably Europa League.
That's cold, man.
5, 6, 5th, 6 is cool, man.
That's sick.
Trophy.
Win a what?
Win a trophy. One of those crappy things that you lot say you love.
Mate, you lot would have the DVDs out if you won the FA Cup, mate. Come on now.
100%.
You're shameless. So what? How many goals has Son got this year?
He's doing alright, man.
I don't know.
He's got more than your striker.
Are you sure he's got more than Kai Havertz?
Havertz scored 3.
Hey, you know.
You're strikers, bro.
We don't need a striker, bro. 91 Premier League goals. 91 Premier League goals, bro.
Who?
Us last year, 91. We don't need a striker. 91 Premier League goals. How many did you lot get?
It wasn't enough to beat Brian, though.
Brother. And we weren't enough to beat Newcastle today, mate. What are you talking about? You spent 50 million on Brendan Johnson, 65 on Solanke. Bro, everyone's better team than you. Newcastle's got better team than you, bro. You need to chat to Aston Villa and them man there, boy.
Yeah, Aston Villa are better team than us.
Yeah, you know shit. We're better than you as well. Are you in Champions League?
Oh, you know in Champions League. Yeah. What draw did you get? What teams you play?
PSG, big teams. PSG, Inter Milan, Atalanta, different stuff. Are you not even in serious question? Are you not in Europe?
Yeah, but I'm in Europe, please.
For real?
Yeah.
Who'd you lot get?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Them part-timers and that, SC Dons and that. Builders and shit.
It doesn't really matter until
Fleetwood Town and that. You lot getting sourced by Lewis Hall. It's peak. Hey, I know you still got Sky Sports on. Raw, Madison couldn't stop Joe Linton. You lot got sourced. Look at Destiny and Doggy getting raw dogged. Cane rolls flying everywhere. You've got black youths with long hair in defense, and you think you're going to be serious. It's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah, we're crap, man.
I wish you all the best, man. Like, so where do you lot go from here before I let you get out of here, mate?
Let's try and win some games. Football, like, it's actually when we're playing and in possession of the game, score goals. We don't do that.
Inshallah, man. You know what? Enjoy your Sunday. The weather is out. Get yourself some Cali, have a little juice, and just relax, man. Football isn't that deep, bro. Just relax, man. It's cool. It's that, you know what? Sometimes the result isn't always important. You lot had fight and integrity to dare is to do, man.
Exactly. Play for fun, innit?
Yeah, man. Daniel Levy's creating something very good, man. Very good.
Health is okay. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck your club, mate. Dickhead youths. But yeah, away from being silly people. Arsenal fans, we can only really focus on our team, and we didn't win, but it's always enjoyable seeing these lot drop points. You know, what happened in the Chelsea game? I bet Chelsea nicked it. I bet Chelsea nicked it. 1-1 at the bridge. Who cares about Man? No, you know what? I don't really care about Man United and Liverpool. Smash the like button, people. I don't really care about Man United and Liverpool. But just because of the Man United fans that I know, I'd rather Liverpool win because I want to spoil everyone's party. Don't ring anyone with your jinx. Social joys. How's that jinx for you, mate? I didn't jinx anything. I'm not going to lie. When I was calling him, I was looking at the time. I was like, ooh, we could be in trouble. We could be in trouble here, man. I see us walking over Spurs game. Easy next game. Nah, let's chill out. No, Jamie O'Hara's a Spurs legend. I promise you he's a Spurs legend. He won the League Cup days. Spurs legend. Aaron Lennon's a Spurs legend. I didn't even want to do that to Aaron Lennon, but I had to. But on a serious note, Jermaine Genius, I don't know what's going on there with him. He's another legend. On a serious note, people, it's a quick turnaround. In just under 20 minutes, we go again. We're watching serious football between Man United and Liverpool. Big up Newcastle. Credit to the Spurs fans. Spurs fans, enjoy your weekend. This way, you shouldn't laugh at my football club because you lot find a way to do worse. And on that note, I see you lot in a bit, people. Again, you need people who can do individual brilliance. I see one of their left backs getting torn a new one, and then there's this.
Against this right back, Charlie.